Was good. We're back. Yeah, a little bit late today. Definitely. Had a lot of players signing up last second. I'll be sometimes. Second. Alright, I also need to update MoveBot. I definitely need to do that as well. We're just getting the brackets sorted. Should be pretty much good now to go. So it's very, very nice. And Reno link looks good. Yes. All right. With that said, I guess we should just quickly get everything going. Because again, a little bit late, so well on too much here. Oh, no one signed up last second. That's good. Oh, let's set up the stream matches and then yeah, we go. But yeah, today definitely was one of those weird ones where it feels like we had just a ton of really good players last second, and I had to scramble to get everything sorted. But you know, we make do. It's fine. We made it. All right. So stream matches. For once, I'm not going to put this on because I feel like PataChu has to wait a lot. Let us do. About ItsColour against ChadiusGomk. Because I like ChadiusGomk. That's a good tag. Then let us do for round 2 the team kill. Yo, Karakoi and Furido team kill. Damn. Let us do Joko and Herculian for round 2. We should do for round 3. I think it's fine since we're late to do like this. Ooh, could be. I always put him on. Let's do this one actually. Let's do this one. And then for round 3, we will do this one. I think could be good. Round 4, we'll do these 2. Or that's top 16 rather, but we'll do these 2. If you're not on stream, of course, you are now just ready to play. You can just go. You're gaming. Let me just do the ping as well. Done. Do not let you see any Anjis. Yeah, I hope not. I hope we get no. Well, we might actually. I literally put Anji on stream. So unless Herculian swapped, I literally put Anji on stream. GG's already. I can already say it's GG's. All right. I was lost in the sauce with something else entirely, and then I'm just kind of jumped. I'm sure some of you can relate. Let me get the game launched, and we get to go. New Anji, let's go. Yeah, nobody likes that guy, dude. Anji. I also need to get some water, so once we start the tournament, I'm gonna get some water, so I don't dry out and become a pickle. A dry pickle, I guess that's wrong. Dry up and become a. What would you become? You become like a called in English a. I'm not sure. We're talking about nuking Anji. Don't worry about it. And then I had to give them the bad news that unfortunately I put you on stream, Herculian, and then they became very sad because they hate Anji. You know, I tried to stop them, all this hateful behavior in chat, but what can you do, right? Right. Also my camera is definitely not set up at all either.
Guilty Gear. Strike.
Yep. Yeah, another very, very stacked bracket tonight, so definitely quite exciting, I would say. A reminder, of course, that we have that Matcherino. I still need dollars in there. I got so lost in the sauce with the seeding that I completely forgot to do everything else that I normally do beforehand. Kind of crazy. Imagine, by the way, I'm giving this money to the prize pool. I could be using that money to gamble in Uma Musume, dude. Instead, I'm just paying it to a prize pool. Can you believe it? That's how committed I am, dude. EO thing.
Welcome.
Also, it's on a wrong screen because I haven't put my own face on there. One sec. Ace. Evil. This, I'll actually have a camera on as well today. Even though it is very hot, I don't know. It's like less hot than it was the last couple of days. So it's like, it is just barely cold enough. Cold. Just like on the cusp of what I can handle. Wearing shorts. Alright. I think we're good now. My face on there. Ugh. Rage queuing. Why though? People should be raging at you, not the. Nothing. Why is my camera like shit quality today? So let me just move the lamp here. No sun. Kept losing one, winning and losing, dude. I know that one. I know that one all too well. And then the way the rank system is now, it's just freaking impossible to get points, man. Like, if you like win one, lose one, it's just so cursed. Or even if you like win two, lose one, you know what I mean? It's like you need insanely many wins. If you really like, I think that the system really is built upon just getting a win streak, right? Like you really just need a win streak to do anything, which is valid. It's completely fine. I'm not complaining about it, but yeah. It just means that you really have to grind. Alright. We do have a color. We do have ChadiusGomk. So let's get that fired up on stream. Dollars and how many cents? Again, reminder, claim those codes on Matcherino, fellas. Oh, you lose points here. Well, that's valid. I mean, wait. Oh, I guess it's hard enough to get matches for you. Targeting matches. Makes sense. Yeah, tower sucks. I agree. Oh, true. Evil Ace is I don't know. Evil Ace is on some weird like you know, hobby bullshit. All right, there's gonna be Brittany. It's ups and down ace, true spider ace, as we call them. Chadius, it's German, color is British. I think we do have to do something about that. Oh, we can't have this. It doesn't fill my heart with joy. We could make a... We could turn it into a weird, like, Evil Ace this time around. We'll make... Whoa! What's up with that? Let's go. Ooh. Why does this look kinda... I hope you can't see. Oh yeah, you can. Oh. It's a ghost ace. That's kind of something, for sure. Why is my face so not open? That's weird. All right, so ChadiusGomk on one side, and let me just fiddle around with that.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
All right, so it is gonna be ItsColour up against ChadiusGomk. Again, it is going to be UK against Germany. Oh, interesting. Let me just... Yep. Our first match on the way, of course. A little bit chunky, okay. Oi, 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 oi. Hello? Yeah. That is definitely something that we have to check right here. Something's done. It is my fault, yeah. Oh, are we back? This is good. Looks like we're back. Alright, they're just gonna keep playing, I guess. Fine. Might have been a hiccup, I don't know. Drive mode, but looks fine now, so that's good. Just gonna get those jabs out the way, and it is gonna be ItsColour. Get the first round on the board here. Oh no, it's chunky. It's chunky. It's chunky. Oi, oi, oi. Jeez. Yeah, we got one. First game, by the way. They are playing. Alright, Beyonce gonna get that anti-air, yes sir. And we'll start off. Right, the super is gonna break the wall, gonna be a lot of damage, hard knockdown as well, dashing in, here we go. And Color having issues, Alright, so they did play first game out, we gotta have to count that, but, let's see, I asked him for a connection test, because, honestly, yeah, that looked very I hope it's just on my end, right? But they were like sitting still, so we'll have to see. So we're just quickly gonna do a test of both players. I think that's the easiest going on here. Also, really cool news soon to be out. I'll tell you when I know. So look, this looks good, man. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, completely fine. No issues. Alright, I'll just walk forward. Oh, looks good, yeah. Let me just test Chaddies. Wait, we're fighting. Come on. Just kill me. Okay. Wait. Well, I think I'm the other guy.
Duel 2.
Kill me, thank you. So yeah, this was fun. Let me test with the chatties. Yeah.
Are you ready?
GomK. It's on trial. Okay. Verdict this year.
Man. Duel 1. Let's rock.
I mean, this also looks good. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, no issues. And it's not gonna be like the whatever. It's not gonna be the routing UK to Germany. That's gonna be awful like that. I mean, it is going up the MS a little bit here. Back to, but like going up to 60 is not like whatever that was before. Hopefully, no more issues. Weird, but we'll have to see.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
So this Chadius still up 1-0, of course, from that first game they did play out. Just running forward to get that counter hit, anti-air. No connecting. Use that FD to defend themselves. Not quite working out here. It's ItsColour right now. That was bad, yes sir. Downstairs, we go backing. Whoa! It's looking chunky again, yeah. What is that? All right, we're gonna actually have to. All right. One sec. Guess we'll have to do an actual connection test thing.
Negative penalty. Danger. Negative penalty. Hurry.
One sec.
Danger. Time is up. May wins. Duel 2. Let's rock.
So one sec. We're just doing an actual connection test right now. So.
Danger. Negative penalty.
Yeah, unfortunate, but I mean, sometimes it's kind of a blessing and a curse. At least we get the issue on stream, you know. But it's weird that they had a fine connection to me, both of them, and then when they play each other, it was like insanely awful. Right? That's the thing I don't get.
Negative penalty. Hurry. Time is up. Draw. Duel 3. Let's rock. Danger. Negative penalty. Danger. Negative Negative penalty. Time is up. Draw. Duel. Final. Let's rock.
And sorry, I'm just we're doing connection test. I just need to see something actually. Real quick.
Danger. Negative penalty.
We are getting everything solved right now. Be done soon.
Time is up. Draw.
Yo, gave the draw to color. All right. Should be ready to move on in just a sec. Alright. How are you guys doing while we're waiting? Of course, not perfect here, but pretty good. Looking forward to. We've got an event in the weekend. So, play a bunch of games with the Danes. Have fun. Sure. Goes though. Haven't played Tekken in ages at this point, so it's gonna be pretty free. But, you know, make do. It's still gonna be fun. We are just waiting on Chadius to restart the router, and once we've done that, we'll run it back, and hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, then the win is gonna go to color. It seems like it's on Chadius' side. So yeah, well, we're just quickly testing it. Again, at least it's on stream. It doesn't really. We could do the other match first, but again, I'd have to do the testing anyway, so off screen. So now we're just doing a little bit of a podcast here, I guess. Should be good to go regardless. Alright, Apollo will move on. And that's just how it has to be. Alright. Oh. Alright. Alright. I can't believe some people that put that do like issues on the like through challenge. I respect it, but it's like crazy. All right, we are gonna move on. But what's 2 evil ace? There's only 1 good. What do you mean? It's good ace right here. Of course, evil ace. I think. Think that he's good. That's A.B.A. That means we are moving on to the next match. It's going to be YoKai up against Herculian. There we go. True. I mean, the line between good and evil, you know, is not always that black and white. You know what I mean? Sometimes it can be, you know, I would say almost like a spectrum, good and evil. So you never know. Of course, we're going to have YoKai on one hand. We are going to have Herculian on the other. So that's going to be a mirror of what we just saw. It's going to be UK up against Deutschland. Scared of ghosts? Why would you be scared of ghosts, man? Ghosts are hella cool.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Right, so YoKai on the Bridget, Herculian. Unfortunately, you know, to the we had some haters before. They'll be very unhappy to see that it's the Anji. You know, that's not me sometimes. All players, of course, very, very strong. That's gonna be the perfect as well. So far, we've got $22.25 in the price pool. Definitely not too bad, but we could get way, way more. You guys would be so kind as to claim a code on that match arena. Would highly, highly appreciate it. Oh, gonna have pressure in, yes, sir. Uh-oh, trying to be cheeky there. mix-ups, but it is Herculian gonna get that hit, sending Joko now to the corner. Now it's been broken away. The second running in. Tap dust connecting there, and yeah, Herculian has to burst to stay alive. Game 1. EP staying out of harm's way. The pressure coming in low, connecting just not quite enough damage here. But that will do it. Joko. 1-0. Alright, good stuff, good stuff. Alright, so be no hiccups this time around, which is nice.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Connecting. Oh, TP's been really good for Joko, right? Just got really good timing on those. And Herculian being again pushed towards the bracket, the wall rather, the YRC being spent. A lot of tension build up for Joko, thrown as well, stuck now in the corner, needs to find a way out. Let's see. He's connecting, yes sir. 2 stacks of tension. Oh. 1. Just pressuring in with the low ERC as well, and the super to take care of that. Yeah, killed with the wall break, and that is first round to Joko. Very nicely here. Solid. Cool. Ooh, that's going to connect. Herculian now rushing in, got a lot of tension, spending. Duel
3. Let's rock.
Up now. Counter hit. And throw connecting. Go. Joko now 2-0. Again looking super strong here. So winner of this one, of course, will move on to fight PataChu. So that is it's not going to be an easy one for sure. Oh, and interesting, next match is like a double upset. Interesting. So 2 upsets to create the next match. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, big counter hit Herculian. A lot of damage on the board, not any resources whatsoever here though, but we'll get some tension. So now with the pressure, and that RC to get something going. Alright, bro, nice. And Herculian needs to find a way out and is just not able to, and opts to go for that burst, still has the life lead, and yeah, ace out very nicely, gonna get that first round.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
1. Just are gonna connect this time around, going in. Pressure, man. Herculian in a lot of trouble. Being pushed again to the wall. I feel like we've been in this wall, for most of today. Not gonna lie. Back here. It is hard, right? It's very hard when you have to challenge Bridget. Kind of gimmicky on offense a little bit. You really got to know what yo-yo is set up and when you can challenge. I think that's very important, recognizing that. Right, but it is Herculian again. Got enough, more than enough here for the overdrive, and that's going to be the hard knockdown, and so much tension now on Herculian's side. Dashing in. Yeah. I think when I played, I had to lap Bridget for, I forgot why I had to lap Bridget. Maybe somebody local played Bridget back then. Barat showed me, and it was like very much the whole matchup revolves around you reacting to and knowing what yo-yo is there. You know what I mean? What's my option? Can I contest? What kind of yo-yo is there? That's like the whole defensive option. On layer 1. Yeah, pressing the funny FD. Exactly. But that's like most matchups. Definitely layer 1, knowing those yo-yos. Super. Uh-oh. Joko there looking super strong right now. And it's going to be a set point here, Herculian. A bit of a Herculian task, one might say. To get 3 in a row. Alright, the pressuring in. Wait a second. Again, another DP from Joko, just sending Herculian right back to neutral. Big counter hit on Wake Up. I don't know what Herculian was pressing, but that was not the right call. Uh-oh. The pressure in YRC spent here. FDing from Joko. The burst to keep Herculian in the corner. Rock the baby. Oh no! It's so over, dude. It's so over. Yeah. And there we go. Joko 3-1. Taking out Herculian here. Alright. Good stuff. Oh, gonna have our next match. Almond up against King Dark. I forgot where they're from, actually. I know King Dark. I think King Dark might be one I've seen on stream before. I remember they're pretty good, at least. Let's see. Alright, Joko, get off the setup. Or else. I feel like that's some character specialists like, oh, don't tell anyone about our setups, man, in this game. It's so funny. There's so much saving the tech for nationals going on in Strive. Alright, so Almond against King Dark 32. Counter player works every time. Egypt. Uh-oh. Yeah. Whoa. I'm gonna have a DQ, unfortunately. Unlucky. Gonna be DQ. Yeah, that means Garg unfortunately gonna be DQ'd. Right. And Almond will move on. Which is a little bit awkward now. We had that extra weight now. Oh, we do. Thank God we do have a match ready. What are these? Typing on Geelong. Right. That means we are gonna straight move on to top 64. I mean, Jailer, the rules literally say that it's Europe only. So I don't know why it's not fair when it's in the rules. You know what I mean? You know what you sign up for. Alright, so we're gonna have Lemming up against Sean instead. Top It's gonna be a pretty good match, hopefully as well here. Again, that's pretty good that we had to wait then for the first match, because now we're like, you know, a little bit fast-tracked for the second here. And I do believe we might, unfortunately, see, for the anti-Anji believers, we might be seeing, you know, double Anjis. Like an undeserved. Well, I mean, now you just get the chance to probably play against Resil, so that's gonna be rough. I can't believe it. Snivy, are you giving out Tekken chat to play defense? How dare you? How dare you? First of all, how dare you? Second of all, how dare you? I can't believe it. Yeah, but people... So, Joko, right? People still have to lab it, right? It's not like they can just do it without lapping it, the defense. And there you go. So even if they know what to do, it should be okay. Zack. And we got a match. Sean with Goldlewis up against TCR's Lemming. Let's get that sorted.
Duel 1.
Let's rock. Alright. With the Anji here up against Goldlewis. Been a while since I last saw Sean on stream. So definitely very high. Pressure in, and yeah, that's not gonna work out. First round goes to Sean right there. Counter hit. Alright. And Sean just making quick work of Lemming right there. Damn, 2-0.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Pressuring in. Alright.
Duel 2.
Oh, and of course the sides are wrong. Bring in. Oh man, that's gonna hurt again. Alright. All side up. Sean in a heap of trouble. A drone though coming out. Lemming attention, but it doesn't matter if you have nothing to spend it on first. It's likely gonna be built up here, but oh man, it's so scary. One hit, one typhoon will be all it takes, and yeah, burst spend right there to stay alive, and will not be enough. Sean go up now 2-0. Damn. Alright. Good stuff, good stuff.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright, big counter.
Duel 2. Let's rock. Slap. Duel 3. Let's rock.
Alright, set point. Sean trying to make quick work here of Lemming. Ooh, not gonna break the throw there. Oh, tried the parry super, but wait a second. Gonna be able to survive there. Alright. Good stuff, good stuff. So, yeah. Lemming staying alive just barely here.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright. Counter hit round start there. Much going. Getting away. Then again, nothing doing a lot of good work here. Knockdown off the overdrive. Gonna let that Skyfish not gonna do much though. And we are just forcing Sean here to burst. Sean with a lot of meter though, and yeah, that is not gonna be it for Lemming. Another set point here for Sean. Trying to move on into our top 60. Oh. Pressure right now. Sean having trouble dealing with it here. Setup. And it's just Lemming with all the resources just supering there. Okay. Kind of risky. I mean, I like it, but a bit of a scary option for sure. Gonna eat that low. Oh, trying again this time with the parry super. Now we're bursting, just spending all those resources, not getting anything. All right, you know what? Just a classic good old overhead. Gonna do it.
Duel 3.
Why not? It is going to be Sean in the end, taking it here. 3-1. Good stuff. Over. Of course, very, very strong player in Lemming. Yep. Very, very nice there. Go back to my face one. We're gonna have a Sun up against Eva Kirb. So another super stacked match. Interesting here, of course. The German Ram up against the French force Johnny. So we're on top 16. Pretty interesting here. Right, looks like we got both players in here. So again, we are trying to get a spot into our top 8 now. So top 16 players. Interesting. So we have a Kirb on one hand and Zorn on the other.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Get thrown. Putting on the pressure here. Damn. Counter hit. Super's gonna connect though, and Kirb's gonna send Zorn all the way downstairs. Bring in. As we go here, Zorn again with a lot of life to spare, but can't be doing too good here against the perhaps Johnny. Send our attention to RC and another for that Mortar Bardo. Alright, Counter hit. Oh, dash back. Oh, now A.B.A trouble, and that is gonna be first game here. Good stuff. Very close match between.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Harder. The wall, heavy knockdown, a lot of tension building up. Still, oh, Kirb just gonna go with that. Super damn. Sword. Oh no, the drop. That's unfortunate. An FD here, Kirb, but in a heap of trouble. Son just trying to get that last hit and will do it here. First round. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. German gonna get first hit as well here. Gonna send Kirb all the way to the wall and we're just back to where we ended up last time around. This time though, just gonna break the wall. No slump meta on Ram. No sir. 2 sticks of butter. RC gonna be spent and not quite gonna be able to kill here, but gonna be heavy knockdown. And yeah, Kirb just needs a miracle here. The throw is gonna be a good start. Got a lot of tension, but again, not gonna afford to get hit even once. I'm just gonna spend some meter, gonna send the sword out, and just a 5k to deal with that. Alright. Good stuff. Tying it all up here.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Go against Son with a very sizable life DPA. Yeah. That's here. A little bit of trouble dealing with his offense right now. Right? It seems like we always had like one round as well, but just a single one. Nice seeing that. Still get round plays. Yeah, underplayed character, I feel like, at high level. 5 lost. Just gonna be here, forced to blockade to see it. See, Son can find a way out. So good on offense. The RC coming out. What a cheap mix, man. But it's not enough. It's not enough. Or is it? It's not enough. Light up. Now in a lot of trouble, backing off here. Right, we have the super. Not quite gonna do it, is it? No, it is not. Here. Coming out in this time, and Son stuck in the corner, needing to find a way out, and will not be able to. Alright, so Kirb will go up 2-1. Maybe now it's time to curb your enthusiasm. Oh, it's hard to say, but yeah. Interesting. Alright. Final chance. Let's see. Wonder what that was. Maybe changing color or something, changing stage, changing song. Who knows? But game 4 we go.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Round here for moving on into top 8 Kirb and is going to get the first hit as well. Son in a lot of trouble, gonna get hit as well. We're gonna get the wall break. Yes, sir. Super, just barely getting the tension for that overdrive. Hard to knock down all the resources in the world. Son now just got a burst and a dream. Very nice Kirb, right? Spinning that burst, sending Son right back into the corner. FDing for their life right now, but it's just not enough. Needs to find some space to get out of there. There we go, the anti-air. This could really start something again. Once Ram gets going, it's a bit of a snowball. Sending out the sword, pressuring in. Wait a second, Kirb struggling here. And the Mortal Battle, heavy knockdown. Still Son back against the wall. Cannot afford to get hit. Pretty much once here. Ah, seeing. No way. Is Son going to get this comeback? No way, right? Somehow Kirb still alive from all of that. Jump in, the RC. Below there. First. Then. No. Oh, and gets hit right at the end. It is going to be Kirb. And yeah, good stuff. Again, both players. Very, very exciting match here. And I'm sure we might be seeing Son later on in the bracket. But of course, you never know. One in the bracket, everyone super talented, so it is hard to know for sure. Gonna make it, and that means we are gonna go to our next match. It's gonna be Resil up against Springtrap. If you don't know, Springtrap is used to go by the name Scripter, so it's gonna be a little bit of an Ukraine team kill here later in the bracket. That's always unfortunate, of course, but you know, when you make it that far, can't really afford, or can't really touch any team. So yeah, Resil, Springtrap. Be quite interesting double Ukraine here. And I do believe Scripter as well was the one with the it was the one with the insane soul bad guy that was so insane that that they got like a wrist injury from playing Salty or something. Kind of crazy. Going by a new name now, though. They've changed names quite a bit. They were also called Ozone, I believe, at some point. Or like the third, fourth name change. Interesting. All this. Still rocking that soul. So exciting. Again, chat. Please, if you have the chance, claim one of those match arenas. We've got 24 codes claimed, so it's pretty okay, but we could get definitely a couple more claimed, no issues.
Mankind. Duel 1. Let's rock.
I know The seeding is opposite here, but I almost believe Springtrap might be slightly the favorite here. They're very close enough. So that's, I feel like Resil as well has been playing a lot better recently. Maybe all the traveling has done them good. Yeah. Hey, like counter hit. That's good. That's coming in. So Springtrap definitely a player that would be cool seeing internationally as well. Oh, that was a DP and a half. I mean, I like the attempt, but yeah, that was risky. Crazy. It is Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's 3, yes. Could also be from Five Nights at Freddy's. Was it the new one? Second newest one called the Glamrock Freddy. What's that one? I forgot. Could be that one too. I even watched the movie, dude. Gosh, no. Pressuring in. Well, it was a good deck. We're back here. Oh, using that YRC. Stay alive, a big counter hit, and as we all know, Springtrap always comes back. And what a comeback that was! What a comeback that was! Are you you sick? Yeah, no. That's good. Hearing that you
wins.
Been like, yes, correct. It is a scripter. So I don't know why scripter always changes tags. Like they also known as I think like the real tag is ozone.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
It is real tag. I already checked on Chillon, this is why the season's so on. That? No, it is just Resil now, trying to pull his space here. Not able to. Resil first round again here. Oh, they're solid. Bring in. Oh, dashing in. Connect with that low. What? Damn. Don't worry about it, Deckman. So again, I think literally Scripter, Ozon, Springtrap, whatever, I got an injury from playing Soul. That's actually crazy. Alright. One.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Yeah, I do have other commentators up. I'm not especially tired, it's just because I have to do there's like issues in the help desk channel, so I have to quickly do TOing. Like usually if I'm silent, it's because I am furiously typing. You just can't hear it because I have like a thing on my I have like a filter on my mic, so it doesn't get captured. It's good now. I'm back. Yeah. You know how, fellow TO, you know how it is. You know, I have to go non-verbal to do TO stuff. Alright. There we go. You know, as a man cannot ride and commentate at the same time. My brain's just not built like that. Run in. Counter hit. But again, the pressuring in Springtrap here in a load of trouble, but is gonna... Oh, BRC out. That just didn't quite work out, though. Still gonna somehow send Resil back to the corner. And that, and somehow. Dude, I have 3 monitors. But it's like, it's still having to chat and consider issues and also look at the game at the same time isn't something my brain can do, I swear. Yes, dude, 1 monitor streaming, that's crazy. I would never. They, like, I did that once. So I actually did that once with one monitor, right? But I think I always had 2 monitors, and then I had a laptop, my 3rd monitor. Maybe I have done it with 1 monitor, but then I always had a laptop or 2 laptops or something. It's like extra monitors. Yeah, 1 monitor streaming.
Duel 1.
I see it's like one of my monitors has 4 windows open at the same time. That's crazy. Down to hit first. Springtrap in a bit of trouble, gonna be pushed back here. They can find any way to get through. No, sir. Counter hit. Y'all see again, just pressuring forwards. What are you doing here, the RC? You know what? I'm just gonna burst right away. I'm not dealing with any of that. No thanks. Ultra. In, but it is Resil. Then finding space here. Jumping into the FD, the DP coming out, breaking the pressure. Another wild throw into the tap 5B here, and yeah, it's gonna be set point. Springtrap 1 away from going into our top 8 with that air to air. What a conversion as well. There we go, Half-Life already lost for Resil. Stick of butter connecting again. Resil in A.B.A, trouble tried that deflect shield is not working out. Again, the pressuring in. Wild throw. And that is going to do it. Resil is going to go down to losers, and Springtrap will move on.
Soul wins.
Soul Bedman. Alright. Some good stuff. And that means I'm done. Run time. We're gonna have 2 goobers on commentary. It's gonna be, of course, it's gonna be YoKai. It's gonna be Kappa. So yeah, GG's. Hey, what's good, man? What's good? What's good, men?
We hear you calling us goobers. What's all that about?
Hear anything.
Goobers.
I forgive Ace, whatever.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Hear no
Ace-
evil,
Ace can
see
do
no
no
evil,
wrong.
feel no evil.
Yeah.
Ace can do no wrong. He gave me 2 GPUs, bro. How can I hate on this guy?
That's fair. Also, Yucker, I just noticed your damn frame. Like, you guys can't see it. This man's got a whole skibbity toilet frame.
So somebody asked, like, on the ZF Discord, it's like, why don't you have the skibbity toilet thingy? And I'm like, oh yeah, true, and I just bought it. It's
To be
awesome.
fair, I can't say anything because I spent 15 minutes on R.E.V.O on the main title screen just to get this R.E.V.O frame. And everybody knows the frame I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure it's the my chest keeps hurting. Man, I love this, man. Back to the usual crimes of shenanigans that we're always up to, Yucker.
Definitely criming it up today. I was half paid attention to what was going on because CF beginners was happening, but did I notice supposedly Scripter back on SaltyEU?
Yeah, the scripter is back apparently, so I'm taking a look at it right now. Some people were confused by it because they saw the name Springtrap. They're like, who the hell is this soul? Nope, that's scripter.
Yeah, there's definitely a way to suss it out based on the playstyle, and if you see sort of the vague resemblance of Xrd Soul being played in Strive, then you know it's Scripter, because I got supposedly the deeper lore I got from Kurama-chan is that Scripter was trained early on by a Russian, or like, well, yeah. No, was it Russian? It was one of the Soul Xrd old heads who also made the conversion over to Strive. So they kind of gave them this weird in-between... is that the name of the person? Ashmirad? But yeah, they gave him this sort of like weird in-between playstyle of like Xrd Soul and then Strive Soul, and then Scripter then took it from there. So every time I see him play, I'm just like, wow, this looks like an Xrd player broke the SCP containment cell and went into Strive, which is always a pleasure to watch. And I think that genuinely had everyone like off their chairs the first time he bursted onto the stream.
Man, I just like saw some of the neutral applications he has. Like definitely reaction check galore, just able to really kind of set themselves alight. And overall, very strong fundamental gameplay for someone who usually plays quite the high roller. But overall, I could definitely see where you're coming from, where a lot of like Xrd Soul really kind of bleeds into the gameplay. And like you would think, two very differently distinct games, and yet you're still able to make it work like the way it does. That, especially because I see a lot of just rising JP, with JP to try and minimize the hurt box.
Yeah, that's typical Xrd Soul right there. But I'm going to be having to put a pin in that, as we will get back to Scripter later. First, it's going to be the French team kill versus Kirb and PataChu. So two of our favorite high-tier long-range playing characters. And already the early burst coming out here from PataChu, but Kirb maintaining the spacing and a beautiful counter-hit misfire. There comes the Insenga Busters, and again, just catching PataChu at a bad time consistently.
The best thing for Kirb right now is just to maintain that ability to just pocket that space, because every possible range that PataChu could definitely work out, you definitely don't want to let them get into the rhythm. Already baiting out the throw. Not going to get a big punish from so high up into the skies, but the usual TK shenanigans will just set the game alight, getting a perfect round from a perfect first game.
Definitely. It's a... PataChu does have a bit of a slow start, it seems, in several games. So right now, coming out in a little bit of a rough patch, but with enough time, we might see the classic PataChu adaptation coming to pass. So far already getting a nice little opener here into the tire barrel for the hard knockdown. We'll see what kind of pressure they will run, but the resource is running a little low. We got one last stamina, but we are getting that positive meter bonus, cranking up that tension for potential RC.
But as you're mentioning that, we're already going to get the burst bit as well, and not without at least a little bit of stamina to burn through as well. Being very conservative actually saved them in the long haul. They're going to be able to extend this for a great period of time. Already fuzzing out of there, avoiding the turn up explosion, and able to get the back throw. Very nice answer from PataChu to be able to keep this level.
Very bold statement there, right? I being that close slash, then believing nothing else was to follow after it, so just getting that no pushback into back throw, it was wonderful.
Oh, I did see what he was trying to do. I saw what Kirb was trying to represent. He tried to get that delay throw if PataChu were to try to represent the follow-up very late, but this is a lot of damage, bleeding your health dry. Unfortunately, though, that 6P attempt, I did witness that. I'm not entirely sure what could have happened there for Kirb, but nonetheless, PataChu does come out the victor in that first round.
Wonder like how often the French circle plays against each other, and if we're seeing any sort of exceptional advanced layers, because you did mention that Kirb went for the delay throw to try and catch a dash cancel off of the beat driver, which I haven't really seen anybody in the time that I've been commentating on Salty represent. And as equally as that, PataChu immediately going for double beak drivers at that range as well, trying to bait the bait.
Slowly just kind of building themselves up. Again, you mentioned just getting a slow start, and though it is slow, we're starting to see how well PataChu can get into that flow the moment they start really landing those hits consecutively. There's already one, there's two, but it's the grab that just makes things so difficult.
Nice little bit of stagger pressure. Oh, but catching out the vault with the DP. Fortunately, not able to get the follow-up, but still maintaining pressure. A lot of plus frames, close slash 6P. Not catching in the air, but still, Sin character is not without his conversions whenever meter is present, and the full RTL into the 50 meter additional explosion is going to be doing enough here as PataChu takes another round here. Scoreboard is a little bit behind us as PataChu 1 game up, so already off to a very significant lead here against Kirb.
The Commander Gear, as is stated, is always a very prevalent threat in terms of the Guilty Gear sphere, but it's the Kirb still making a very good showing of it, still putting on quite the show. They're currently in the corner just trying to fight it out, able to finally escape and get the overhead off just in time, back to mid-screen. The comfort of neutral could never have been more prevalent.
We appreciate that Kirb immediately went for it yet again, but oh my goodness, wait, what? Oh, backdash BRC, that's awesome.
Nice fuzzy out to deal with the L cunt. Again, you still got to contest with Hawk Baker.
Chase him down, keep these plus frames going, no stamina, no tension, using the Wild Assault to just extend a little bit more. Trying to get that 2HS to connect, but it's not quite going to be so. So now Kirb with an opportunity here, vaults in, PRC makes the card safe, does find the misfinder, and there is the extension thanks to the card cut, making it 1 round apiece.
Yeah, taking initiative when there was no stamina on the board. And speaking of initiative, that counter hit, and Senga gonna do some massive work, already taking half the life from the Commander Gear. Now we're looking at a very healthy lead.
Don't have to burst here. Anything happen? Trying to elk hunt their way forward, but nothing just yet. But the empty misfire into the throw. RC wants to cash out this damage as much as possible. Unfortunately, this is a very dire situation here for PataChu. Trades, but one last pixel of health to play with. But the misfire at that range just makes it so difficult to navigate out. You want to challenge, you want to try and move, but there's always just that wall that Johnny can throw up, especially so uncontested at the range that he is.
Very difficult to contest that range as well. It doesn't really matter how minus the community may think he is. At the end of the day, as long as you can't punish it from that specific ranges, you're basically a sitting duck. And for PataChu right now, who has been getting a slow start, it has been looking very dire for him at the moment. It's just a matter of just trying to get this entire situation, try to isolate some of the best tools like he's doing right about now, and just making sure that Kirb can't stay ahead of the Kirb.
What you did there, that's funny. All right, throw whiff for the frame kill there. A little bit of footsie action here coming out from Kirb, trying to push him away from the corner. Get back to mid-screen. Let's not be putting ourselves in dire straits again. Whiff punishes very much on point here from Kirb. Slow walk up close slash. Beautiful stagger pressure setting up nicely into the throw. There's the card set. To bait out a DP. Almost had it, but a little bit unfortunate. Didn't get that close slash punisher, sadly. It was a far slash instead.
A lot of damage on the deck. Can he get this clean hit? It'll be more than enough. There it is. Luckily for, actually not even a matter of luck. At the state of the game and the players we have on deck, it's not even a matter of luck. It's a matter of intuition. And the intuition behind someone like PataChu is never to be contested or at least denied, especially off of this round start. Immediately going to get that positive bonus to supplement their momentum.
Stamina is generating up. We see the priority here for just getting that stamina genned up as we do use 50 meter for the cancel. First is being used, a bit of footsie gameplay, but the overhead going unblocked here. Unfortunately, a little bit of a drop, but has the tension to make it safe. Kirb immediately with the movement response there, able to get that 6K leading straight into a combo, finishing with the super hard knockdown coming down. Good resources here for PataChu with the burst available. Just sends out the Hawk Baker, dashing in, but immediately the challenge from Kirb.
Once again, you can't put a man down who already is willing to represent some brave actions, a very brave individual indeed, and you just gotta contest anytime you can, because a man like PataChu, you can't put down more than once without him throwing out some devious counterplay for your troubles. That is now 2-1 for PataChu, and does it very bravely, man. That is, there's courage and there's reckless abandon, but nonetheless, you can't call it a stupid play if it works.
Yeah, that's a very thin line on whether it's like courageous or let's say stupidity. It's whether or not it worked. And in this case, PataChu playing along the lines of surely he wouldn't do it a third time, right?
When you're at the level of play you are, right, you got to represent multiple layers, especially when you're considering that this is your fellow countrymen. You cannot give too much respect, otherwise you will fall short.
Being a little bit too funny with it, and Kirb immediately pressing that advantage. Does find a nice opening thanks to a bit of stagger pressure. There's PataChu bursting here, wants to try and make a splash here. in this first round. However, Kirb very nicely. Yeah, A.B.A for now, making sure to control the space. Elcon is going to immediately close that distance straight up on the conversion off the stamina cancel. We go RTL. We want to carry him all the way to the other side. Getting that wall break and that hard knockdown, but the resources are sparse here for PataChu with a beautiful throw bait. He's definitely going to be setting him up so very nicely. One final reset. Oh, and again. That set point there for PataChu. Looking pretty good as well, the burst. About 3/4 of the way there, and especially now that Kirb has blown his away. PataChu is in a very, very nice advantage. Only a few more interactions that should be coming back up, but immediately just cashing out beautifully. Using the Wild Assault here, so not too afraid of being caught without the burst.
It's a lot of resources to his name. You do have your opponent about level life, but the resource war is firmly in your opponent's side. He's gonna start cashing it all in. The RTL though, spending all that cash.
Very nice. Just wanted to force the way in there with that invul frame and immediately catching Kirb. The backdash, a lot of stomps, but finally finds the overhead. Slide against the wall, eat the food. Just enough. Built for the tire barrel. My goodness, talk about looking at the screen and your resources.
It's just awareness at all times. Keep your head in the game and always be prepared for the best to come. And it's a slow start, but it's a good way to begin to get your winning momentum going further and further along in the bracket. PataChu taking that game in top 8, winner side, and from a slow start, you know, not his usual positive, energetic self, but it gets the job done no matter how well he has to play it. Play it slow, play it fast, play a nice rhythm between both tempos. Either way, you still have to contest with the brilliance and the tenacity of a player who plays consistently at such a top level.
Certainly. It is taking a look at the challenge. I do see that Springtrap's name is struck out, so I don't know if that's only a DQ in this current moment or an actual full DQ from the bracket. But nevertheless, Milkshake will be moving on forward, so we're kind of caught in a lull state here. So either Ace decides to just back-to-back it, so we get PataChu versus Milkshake now, or we wait a bit as the loser side of the bracket still needs to develop its way into this top 8, where we will start streaming it.
Yeah, I get you, right? I'm taking a look at it right now. We are still a far cry away from being in that loser side to be able to stream it into the top 8. And given the fact that you just mentioned it, we don't have our other winners semifinals match to play because the unfortunate necessity of Springtrap or Scripter just needing to bow out from the tournament. It is unfortunate because I was looking forward to commentating the matchups. I mean, the guy has such a very potent high roller game plan, but we're gonna go to Zone in the meantime.
Yeah, it's always a treat to watch Scripter. So if any of you have the chance who missed it earlier, do try to check out one of the Salty VODs that he is on. It's always a treat to see his gameplay in action. But yeah, like you mentioned, we're going to be going to see Son, who is currently waiting on the winner between WantedFranky and A.B.A ggst, which, looking at the seeding for this, WantedFranky kind of expected to make it through, but A.B.A ggst making a pretty deep run here for somebody seeded at 48th, right? Making top 16 as 48th is no small feat.
Especially when you consider the quality at every time. I mentioned every time, I'm going to be a broken record every time I do it. SaltyEU is to EMEA as TNS is to North America. This is a consistently high depth pool of players, and it always consistently has about like over 80 to 100 players at any given point. I think there was a time where you guys, like, I was commentating where we were averaging about 90 plus players. Like this is by no means or any stretch of the imagination a small pond. It is a large pool of players who are just willing to show out and really to put themselves on display. And you can never deny how difficult it's going to be, especially when you have a lot of players who are here in this top 8 who could realistically top 8 a major.
Most certainly, indeed. Well, this is as good as a time as any to remind everybody that we do have a match arena. So I see that 33 codes have been claimed or are still open to be claimed. And we have more than enough viewers to achieve all 50 codes claimed. So make sure to head on over. There you go. Already got Team SaltyEU popping in with the match arena link. So click on that, head on over, hit the claim code button. We prompted to sign in if you haven't done so already, and you can use a service of your choice to accomplish that. Once you have completed the process, you will have contributed 25 cents to the prize pool. Plus, there's some additional things you can get involved with to add a little extra.
Last week we got it all figured out. We had every code redeemed last week, so I'm hoping that we do have the same this week. Hopefully we can get enough people to really just come out and support the usual shenanigans that we're up to, give us opportunities to be able to commentate like we usually do, and you know, give the players something to really compete for. You know, it's not every day that free money just falls from the sky and you get to and all you have to do is just win, right?
Absolutely.
It's money that's free. It's quick and easy to be able to donate without needing to take money out of your wallet, unless you wish to contribute to it. But as we are seeing the little mini ice, please claim that code. It's easy. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Log in, choose a platform, click a code, and the last final step in that's never spoken about is profit. That's the only thing you got to do, and it helps everyone and it supports everybody involved.
Profit in my FGC? Surely not.
Money in my esports? Surely not.
In my esports, we selling out. We EVO style. We costed $150 tickets. Nah, bro.
Bro, you that's funny. You think it's 150?
I forgot what it was, like 200 something. If you especially, it's like if you want top 8 Sunday, it's also a separate ticket, like $90 or something.
It's 30.
That is.
It's 30.
It's $30. Okay. Well, it's still stupid.
But it's still incredibly expensive.
Yeah, it's craziness out there. Just you know, for all the EU folks, right? EVO France, it's gonna be interesting. We get our real like. Well, actually, I don't even know about EVO France per se, right? Like, you know, shout outs to everybody to everybody working on that. It's gonna be a good one, I hope. But we've had our so to say super major, right? With UFA, it's been reaching. Those kind of been reaching towards those heights of EVO. Not nearly as close, but you know, within getting those 2K, having to receive special treatment from start.gg, right, to run the website. That's already a big indicator of it being something special, and a fraction of the price to attend there, and of course a smattering of other lovely events to attend. I would chill crossover, but signups closed up yesterday, so. For the rest, it's just cheer on the players when the stream hits the web.
Oh man, I'll tell you one thing. If there's one thing I love about EVO, it's one of those things where if you are a person who can possibly do it, even if it's just once, I highly recommend going to EVO with friends and everybody, like trying to meet up with people. It's one hell of an experience. As someone who's been to EVO twice now, and I've gone with friends, met a lot of people, like a lot of my mutuals, a lot of people who I think are like really nice competitive spirits, and people that I've competed against multiple times in brackets, people I've ran against. It's one hell of a ride. Yes, it is a bit of an investment, especially because you're not guaranteeing the return. But what I'm telling you is that the main facet of what EVO is just the energy, the passion, the fireworks, the absolute experience itself, the artist valleys, the creators, the people, just everything. And I think if you ever have the ability to experience that, it is one hell of an experience. And believe me, it put me to tears, especially watching Nitro beat Tatuma in Grand Finals reset. It was a Game 5 thriller for almost every game.
Yeah, I mean, definitely some recommending activity if you are an enjoyer of the mainstream games. Me, who is a filthy community game enjoyer, it's sadly not too worth it at the moment. But thank you, Scatter, for the raid. To all the Scatter viewers, please claim a match Reno code. That would be highly appreciated. As we're just waiting on WantedFranky now to hop in. It's going to be them, or him after all, that takes the victory here. So it's going to be Son on the Ramlethal versus Potemkin.
And I think if there's anybody who represents the absolute nightmarish qualities as well as capacity that Potemkin has to offer, it has to be no more than the goober himself, WantedFranky, ever so commonly known as the gooberest Potemkin, God's least silliest soldier.
I'm just taking a peek at his stream to see.
Yeah, just to see the mods. Yeah.
Just see what mod he has on for Potemkin this time.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, no mod. Holy Reformed?
No, I think he's refreshed the mod folder. I think. Oh, never mind. I see gold ship in the background. Never mind.
Oh, but she's just standing there now.
She's just aura farming.
All right, just Michael Jackson posing up. All right, WantedFranky already starting off nicely. Light bit of pressure, Son just taking the space between themselves. I WantedFranky to let some of the sword normals do the talking and finally pushing the way forward. Plus frames. But there's the armor and the hammer fall already, just breaking open the situation. Stagger pressure coming out, the patience from Son. There is the reversal, pushing back.
We talk about bravery, right? We talk about like the tenacity, just be able to represent an option at any given point. WantedFranky is definitely known for their altruistic approach when it comes to that facet of gameplay, but let's not forget, Son is also one tough cookie. You cannot let him get the better of you if you want to maintain this run for a very long period of time.
Not let him cook. Which, as we are currently witnessing, that might be exactly what WantedFranky is doing. It's not quite been a kill just yet, but... Alright, YoKai, we've had enough of this neutral thing.
Oh no! I've seen this happen before. I've witnessed these games before, and this is just a tragic situation time and time again.
I've played these games before. Yeah, very unfortunate there from Zono going for a hero burst. Not rewarded with the first round going to WantedFranky, but definitely a much stronger start here. Question is, will WantedFranky blow the burst here, or are we just going to take it into the next round? So far, it is seeming like the latter.
It doesn't feel like WantedFranky has to take the initiative to burst until that very moment, feeling like he might be the hero, but unfortunately, we're going to make that go to 0. Perfect round from Son to answer back after such a hellacious onslaught.
Yeah, and especially now, right, a complete reversal of the situation. Both players on the point to win the first game, but this Son that's currently enjoying a full blue bar of burst ready to be used to fix out any mistakes or possibly extend the pressure some more with wild assaults. Already finding another wall break with a super here, so the hard knockdown. See if WantedFranky survives the final interaction. Ooh.
Blocks the fuzzy JK. You are still awake at the wheel. Burst is going to be right at the end, but Son, a little bit of a gambler at heart, but playing the wrong character, still wins out, wins big, wins the jackpot, and gets a perfect in addition. I'm pretty sure that was a double perfect if memory serves correctly.
I hesitate to corroborate, but in that situation for WantedFranky, it was a bleak type of burst, right? Damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation. Final hit to kill on a jump cancelable normal, especially if they just delay it slightly and you get scooped up. It's a painful point, right? Like, it's one of those situations of the consequences of your prior choices, right? Having used that burst heroically in the second round, coming to bite you back with only just getting the burst at the very end.
Desperation and desperate times call for desperate measures, and for WantedFranky, it seems like the initiative and the engine has started to burst on through. Gonna reset with the Hammer Fist JS. But again, bravery on the side of Potemkin is gonna be rewarded in kind as we're back to the corner.
Just currently bullying out Son, unfortunately just a little bit too far away for the Guru to connect, and there's immediately the Whip Punish. Aggressive burst, wants to keep him locked in the corner, but the side swap to the other. Okay, Hammerfall making sure to... but again, the Garuda from too far away, as Son is just ready with these whiff punishes.
Oh, caught the backdash. You shouldn't have gone for that, Franky. Luckily, they still have the vitality to be able to work with this. With the 100 meter on deck, someone has to be careful. But the chip out, the JK fuzzy, and then the explosion manually timed together does lead out that victory for the first round.
Knuckle paying off nicely. Good block on the slide head. A little bit of patience, but Fist just falling right in. Close slash stagger pressure comes the Garuda guard crush. And the full break. Beautiful anti-air there from Zone. Gonna push him away, bring him back down to mid screen. But again, just send the hammer fall, send the armor, the PRC on the Garuda there, setting up for the pop buster. RC some more, and there's the kill. And Zone just recognizes the situation. It's like, yeah, that's
just a power round.
Yeah,
that's just the usual shenanigans, right? Like you fail to react to the pop buster. Unfortunately, you just gonna have to take that round and just hope for the next one, saving that burst for a rainy day.
Absolutely here. Good throw tech on both sides here, but it is going to be Potemkin on top of the JHS. Early burst here, not to be stuck inside the corner against the blender that is Ramlethal here.
Trying to go for the throw.
Countered something there, so possibly WantedFranky looking for a reversal of sorts, being that close to Zone. However, no meter for the hard knockdown, but just a health lead situation. Oh, the PRC catching Zone here. Will be doing a nice bit of damage. Decides to not RC for a little bit more damage. Sends out the sword. Hits the tap dust. RC straight into the super, but it's not enough to kill. Should have just done a regular combo. But the cat scratching air will do the trick. 2-0 for Zone right now.
A little bit of an interesting catch there. Just that wake up Bajonetta, right? Trying to dig into the well, see what works. And if you're going to be able to fight a player like Franky, right, you've got to represent every possible trick that even Franky wouldn't even think to represent. And for Franky, a little bit of a toss-up between what to do and what to avoid. But this is where these games start to get really tricky because you've gone the extra mile for him. And he's only barely started to represent his large bag of tricks. So you better hope that you can kill him fast enough before those tricks start to become more abundant and frequent.
With patience here, Slidehead coming out, tries to go for some air stall action. Does work out on the interactions. Tap Dust is whiffed, but has the PRC to make it safe and immediately catching Franky, responding with something with a throw. Here we are, good block on the Tap Dust. But the Hammerfall armor just breaking through the options. Here's the Pop Buster, nice and raw. Look at the numbers. PRC wants to push it some more, get this wall break going, as well as that positive meter bonus. However, no super, no hard knockdown.
I think the positive bonus is the biggest win for Franky, however, right? Again, OTG hit. You're so low to the ground. JD will catch, and unfortunately, you are back into the loving arms of the chiropractor.
I wonder if Franky couldn't have opted for a route that just guarantees damage instead of the funny butt into reset throw. But hey, it worked, so I can't hate.
I mean, I think he could have, but I don't think he would have gotten the punish he would have wanted. I think going for the reset probably was for the best. But in any case, though, Zone already capturing the round back with a hellacious lead in tow, already dealing with quite a lot of the shenanigans. And once again, Franky representing a lot of bravery with that hero burst and just rushing on through with their hammerfall.
Potemkin character is definitely an enabler of decisions here, as the 6P is going to connect with a very tippy top range with the heat knuckle to get that knockdown, pushing him towards the corner. The stagger pressure, patience from Zone knows just need that one final good hit here against WantedFranky, and that's going to beat themselves on set point. Cross over to the other side, just mixing up with the explosion, very nicely done, and Zone is now on set point over WantedFranky.
And I'm pretty sure that was dash momentum, so the Detro as well, just being able to cross over to the other side. Very important, great screen recognition. And take that corner once again, immediately getting that positive bonus. You want to win big and win often. And for WantedFranky, they can't afford to lose more of these interactions. Their tournament life and loser side is already about to go to zilch.
Try to interact with Pod JD. We know that's not an option there. Close slash. To catch some option. A lot of times Franky represented the pop bus after the PRC, so this time shaking it up. There goes a nice aggressive burst. Does find the pop bus. Has tension to continue if needed, but it will be enough. And that's going to be 2-1. Franky putting himself on the board.
That was a very clutch burst too. Not only did they burst at just the right time, they bursted sewn into the corner for the positional advantage. Being back to the wall like this, so close, anything could happen. Very great guess, and honestly, fortune really just does favor the bold.
Yeah. There's an Andros joke here, but he's not here, so
He's not here. Yeah.
yeah. Can't say fortune favors the bald.
Going back to that well with the strike Potemkin. Gonna continue that onslaught with the Blue Wild Assault. Finally caught you sleeping at the wheel, but you're not gonna be able to burst in time. The Deep Knuckle securing it and isolating a threat. That way positive bonus can come in without any worries.
Little counter hit pickup there from Zon, getting that full corner carry here. Oh, even getting the wall break off of it with a super hard knockdown. Positive meter bonus is ticking, but look at the resources on the side from WantedFranky. Good throw tech, but make sure to challenge him. But the Mega Fist is going to connect. Does space away, looking for an aggressive burst here. Wants to claim this first round. Hammerfall just barely not connecting, but can't do too much to punish. As the Gigantor is just slowly crawling across the screen, and there with the apprehension, Franky catches on out with the Pop Buster.
Who says Potemkin doesn't have set play? Because mind you, even if that didn't kill, the Gigantor Kai was on its way. And speaking of on its way, your back getting broken is being sent to you direct by a second Pop Buster!
It be like that sometimes. Sometimes you just hold back-to-back unburstable damage to the point now that you're at a pixel health, so what is your burst really worth anyways?
Not a damn thing, it seems, because we're just FDing everything. Again, Sido Detro, a very desperate attempt from Soul to just be able to maintain whatever offense that he can. Very tipper end of the Mortal Bato. You still got to deal with 50-meter Potemkin, hopefully. And you get shipped out. Unfortunate.
Just barely not able to escape there. So WantedFranky is currently making that comeback. It is 2-2, where it started to 0 in Son's favor. So he may potentially just have this number and able to just has recognized what kind of options Ramlethal's throwing out, and also just tightening up the pressure a bit. We saw, especially, I think it was like game 2, a lot of Garudas being just whiffed and appropriately whiff punished by Zon, but less of that. It's been a lot more scrambly, and Potemkin do sure love his scrambles.
And if anybody is like really good at these scramble situations, right? Like in situations where chaos and absolutely nightmarish shenanigans are up to, WantedFranky wants this. This is the kind of brawl he wants. He wants to go brawl for brawl. And for Son, he can't afford to be able to go the distance like this. He doesn't have the vitality nor the mental capacity to be going this kind of chaotic gameplay for too long. He wants to keep things tight and keep things true, just like Franky is doing right now.
Locking him in, rinsing him for every single bar of tension that he has. Look at the range of this. Okay, the Mega Fist finally whiffing, the PRC not coming out. JS barely able to hit behind instead. Now finally Son with a bit of time to play here. Tab does connect. Delayed explosion to get the pickup for free. Here's the wall break. No hard knockdown, but still able to just get that set play going. Deflect shield trying to go for a slide head knockdown. Does flick the sword set, but you're on the pickup. Oh my goodness, almost.
Almost. That was definitely quite a brave attempt. There's no way around it. You gotta deal with it. He still gets Oki. What is this character?
I don't know. I think we need to do another Potemkin rework, right? Have the Potemkin player base complain, and then revert that so he has 2, like the best of 3 reworks.
We go band for band in terms of reworks. This is despicable.
He may get as many reworks as Rise someday.
One day he's gonna turn into a Nen Impact character.
Oh my goodness. Off to a great start, yeah, and there's the Pop Buster. Alt F4 from Son has seen enough unburstable damage, and that is a beautiful reverse sweep from WantedFranky, finishing it out 3-2 and advancing on into the bracket. This is unfortunately a loser side match, so that is going to be the end of Son's run, just shy of that top 8 graphic.
Unfortunate, right? Like, making the top 8 is already really, really cool, but like just being outside of it. Like, I have friends who tell me there are 3 placements that suck in terms of brackets. It's getting top 5 from winner side. So Like going from winner side into top 8 and then going down in the quarters, like that's one of the worst. Getting 9th just outside of top 8 qualifier and then getting second. Like those are like the most tragic placements in general. Just the idea that you have every facet to be able to just go the distance, but unfortunately just something along the way, something didn't click, or you fail at the final stretch. It's situations like these where you just kind of have to like dust yourself off and just try it again later. But it definitely does suck. I'll be the first to say.
Like that. I mean, it's that's fighting games. It's something very exposing on your as a person, your personality, your habits, how you cope with up and downs, stressful and chill situations. It's
Ice. Sorry to interrupt you, Ice. I didn't know you have my social on 2 separate parts of the nameplates. That's not my evil twin. That's Yucker.
I noticed a long time ago. I was gonna see how long it would take for people to realize.
Yeah, I just noticed it too.
If nobody realized, I would have signed off as you.
Evil, just evil Kappa.
No, I just been like, I've been Sir Kappa as well, and then everyone's like, what? What's he talking about?
Hey, Yucker. I mean, to be fair, Yucker, they have not seen us in the same room at the same time.
This is true. Well, yeah, no, digital spaces don't count as real rooms. Go outside, meet people, attend your offlines. That's where the real fighting games happen. This online stuff, it's cool, but it scraps compared to the big offlines. It's your own locals, and if you don't have a local, really important one. If you don't have a local, start your own.
I really want to start a local. I just don't have the money for it. Sir Kappa Derogatory is a crazy title. I love this community, dude.
Y'all
the best. Oh, WantedFranky's back on the stage again. All right.
Yeah.
And we got ThatWave.
Yeah, we got ThatWave. It's a bit of a tie-up, right? We're still waiting on one side of losers to develop itself. So just a little back-to-back action here for WantedFranky, coming hot off of a reverse sweep. So we'll see if that momentum keeps up against ThatWave, who is also playing a character very good at the stagger pressure.
The existence of ThatWave implies the existence of this current.
Yeah, that one's going over my head too much.
Yep. Don't worry about it. Nice back throw to be able to get ThatWave into the corner. Try to represent a brave pop buster to get things opened up, but not today. ThatWave just keeping the corner nice and steady, just trying to strike throw loop all day long.
Finds that low. There's going to be the burst. Franky wants that first round. Unfortunately, he sends himself flying into the loving embrace of Potemkin into that stagger pressure. Good backdash on that PRC paw buster attempt. Tap does connects, showing off that full bag of tension in ThatWave's pocket. Unfortunately, tries to be a little bit too fancy with the mix, gets chucked into the corner, and that's going to be the first round going to WantedFranky.
I will say, if there's one thing that I am already seeing from ThatWave is just being able to deal with the shenanigans of WantedFranky. I definitely don't believe that was on accident. That was a scout report, and we saw that already, how he was able to do that against Zone. He definitely had an opportunity to be able to gauge that and see where to go from here. Oh, very unfortunate timing of the PRC. I'm pretty sure that wasn't intentional.
A very interesting way to do a misimport. My assumption is that there's an RC, like a dedicated RC button that might have been fat fingered in that situation. But here we go, trying to go for the wall throw, but there's the gold burst coming out from WantedFranky, and just getting that hammer fall into the PRC, doing a good chunk of damage. See backdash on the Garuda attempt. R.E.V.O. Oh wow, WantedFranky. Beautifully done. First game.
I mean, if you're going to represent quite an aggressive option like that, you better hope that you can match that energy. WantedFranky has that in abundance. You cannot play with your food around this man.
It's generally good practice to simply not play with your food, lest you'd be shamed live on stream for just fumbling the bag.
Man, fumbling bags, man. I know a thing or two about fumbling them, and luckily though, I'm on the commentary booth, so I don't have to worry about fumbling a damn thing.
We're washed up, we're tired. sitting here chucking peanuts at the youngins instead, being like, oh, they should have done this.
It's so easy to be able to tell these players what they need to be doing, especially when we're on our little perch watching the action like two hungry fat royals.
Yeah, it's like the two critics from the Muppets.
Yeah, the Muppets. Yeah, exactly. He's just like, wow, what a clean hit tyrant, like what a clean hit heavy volcanic viper, bro. If I was that person, I would have done yada yada yada.
Yeah. I'd have not been hit by that, but beautiful BRC getting that overhead run blocking, unfortunately holding the hammerfall, and there's the Garuda BRC straight into the Potemkin Buster. One last pixel of health, but just built the tension up enough anyways to get that RC. If RC draining instead of just eating up that 50 instantly is certainly a choice. Thank you, Daisuke. We believe in your vision.
See, I was a big fan of the decision. I'm not gonna lie. In terms of how meter is managed, I think I'm kind of okay with the decision. I actually really think it opened up a lot of doors when it came to how offense was structured. And overall, it has opened up so many options, especially the way we see a lot of offense being structured, defensive game plays. It really just has expanded so much of the creativity from the community. And we're seeing a lot of it here consistently in these top 8s for SaltyEU.
I'm gonna hold you, Kappa. I'm looking at some of these options. Some of these doors just stay shut. Bolted up, even.
Well, there's one door. It's the door to the forever box.
Oh my goodness. WantedFranky not dropping around yet, I believe. Is 2-0 over ThatWave. Can he keep up the momentum? Or is it time for a taste of his own medicine? ThatWave now going to be absolutely geeked. Making that 3-game reverse sweep potentially. Time will tell. We definitely need that universal meter nerf. Yeah, as a Strive observer, the tension goes a little too crazy.
Oh, it's time for the Potemkin mirror. Alrighty then, folks. It's time to witness the most clown shoes mirror you have ever seen.
Man.
They do have really big shoes.
Yep. Just give him a multicolored afro and a big red nose, and we basically got it.
While the Saw, beautiful hammerfall, break right through. Gonna turn back, but so far both players showing off excellent responses here against Wild Assault options. Catches with a low here, not gonna be too much of a pickup, but immediately wake up, challenging with a 5K here.
Just holding it down. Fuzzy jumps away from the offense. Megafist right on out. They're just trading meter expenditures, and both of them not really landing anything major just yet.
So Potemkin to Potemkin communication, but there we go. A little bit more damage on the board. Does go for the heavy Potemkin Buster just simply to escape the situation. Snatches him right out of the hammerfall. It's not enough to kill yet, but look at the meter on the side from WantedFranky. And yeah, you already get that first one. It's not enough to kill, but RC for that final hit will do the trick. And WantedFranky sets point here against ThatWave.
You can't lil bro WantedFranky. That man is perpetually big bro at every given corner of the game. Want ThatWave, you're gonna have to start picking up the pace a little bit. Already finally opening up the defenses of WantedFranky. Half that health already gone. Gonna go for a double dip. We go for a third? No, we just go for a tap dust. It just to really set the message. Just watch the show. Be a spectator in your own sport.
Oh my god. WantedFranky barely coming out on top of the Gorilla Swing Mirror. Slide head. Not going blog. Oh no! Oh, for the car buster. Painful.
Same side. I didn't react to that. Goes for the double dip. Just gonna get that quick knockdown. Tries to go for the frame kill off the flick whiffing.
Oh, no. Wow, what a reaction. And ThatWave putting one on the board with the Potemkin swap. Very nicely done indeed. So, see if that is a routine to be kept up. See if you can give Franky a taste of his own medicine, right. Or if it's a fluke.
Sometimes the first shit. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. You might see the reverse 3-0 and you might just salt post on Twitter.
I'm holding you against all 3 times you fool me. How would you do that to your fellow person? nonetheless. ThatWave off to a great start here, able to catch out the Hammerfall towards the tail end with no armor. What do you do? A lovely health lead here, and with that wall splat, he's going to be finishing off with a near perfect 1 round away, tying up the set.
Immediately, we're going to dig all the way back to 1990s, and we're going to hit the Superman.
Oh, damn, there we go. Big Mega Fist. Slam all the way into the corner. Ruda catching an option there from ThatWave. Good chunk of life lead here for WantedFranky to operate with. Does connect that tap dust, immediately cashing out with the RC, pushing some damage, getting that heat knuckle. No meter for a super here to get that hard knockdown, but still, the life total situation for ThatWave is dire.
And this is where we start to see the specialist versus the character swap, right? But immediately, though, this is where the ideas start to come into play. The creativity on the side of ThatWave is going to get the butt slam from so high up, and now we're going to have to deal with the unfortunate nature of the Gigantor-Kai. Both players flopping on the deck like a fish.
Shoutouts to As-This movie.
Pro beat his 6P with his butt. I'm crying.
Oh, Garudas. Pressure
Scary
going.
position.
PRC. Yeah, PRC, they got ThatWave a little shook in that situation. But man, just look at the way that Franky is moving right now, making it a real chore for ThatWave to find some kind of anti-air response, and also just like not opting to break the wall, right? Constantly just resetting, seeing how good the situation is, how much ThatWave is struggling to get out. Gigantor connecting, and yeah, WantedFranky not to be outdone is going to close it out 1 against ThatWave.
You can't out silly the goober. The goofiest goober is on the stand. He will not have that title taken away from him just because an imposter tries to mimic a fraction of his power.
Some might say even a little sussy, but not this time.
Not this time. Not this time. Usually the imposter comes out on top, but it's not today.
Well,
he's God's silliest crewmate.
Yeah, with that, finally, I think WantedFranky gets himself a little, a very long break, actually, because of the scripter DQ, right? So would have been, well, the loser of Milkshake versus scripter, but now shooting all the way to loser semifinals, right? Sitting now in that top 4 spot for fun after, top 8 to top 4. We skip right past that top 5 point you were talking about. That sucks oh so much. So we're one more potential spot from having a feels bad ending, but we'll find it out later. First, we're gonna have Crillou versus Bruhich, my fault.
Yeah, Bruhich was here last time we were here in commentary, right? If I'm not mistaken, their debut in the top 8 cut of SaltyEU, and the Russian, I believe there was a Russian player. I forget who they played, but very important to know. I think it was a Russian Kai player.
I believe so. I mean, from what I vaguely recall.
No, the Bedman.
No, Bedman. Yeah, that's what I was gonna allude to. Like, I knew he was on some freaky character shit because his Discord tag says Merkava fan.
Yeah. It also showed that in the game.
Yeah, and he had the Merkava.
Right, the A.B.A, the Russian A.B.A. He had an A.B.A and he had another character.
We will see what that is, but I believe it's.
I remember this. I remember this A.B.A player. Yeah,
Bruhich.
No. Bruhich was I believe they had a 3. I think the set was 3-0 or 3-1 when they first debuted, and they got top 8 loser side. And bowed out at 7th. But the displays that we got in the early going were very impressive, and I was excited to possibly see them again in the future, especially now we get an opportunity to see them again. We're going to see how things have changed since the last time we've commentated their matches. Now we're going to have Crillou, who is a seasoned veteran of the top 8 cut of SaltyEU.
So far, Bruhich having a bit of trouble watching his toes. It's snatched up here by Crillou, pushing towards the corner, close slash, just connecting raw. It almost feels like controller issues here, just getting OTG down to the final. Good hit here from Crillou to finish it out. see a lot of tension being spent just to create a bit of distance here, but you can see the position that Crillou is maintaining to just try and be in a position to challenge any movement approach there, especially when A.B.A is not in Jealous Rage. Very hard to navigate the screen. Oh my goodness.
Speaking of difficult to navigate, that just throwing up every possible stop sign. Very good way to approach. Just trying to slowly ease their way in. Able to uninstall safely and able to deal with the hammerfall in tow as well. Not as good a time as that. Again, gonna restart. They have a full jealousy gauge, and now Crillou is back to the wall.
Yeah. Oh wow! Crossing over to the other end. Doing that very fast overhead. Crillou just gonna send out the Cthulhu special here, just guarantee some more plus frames. Overhead landing in here, getting that black beat combo. Gonna get a hard knockdown. Tries to go for a key grab, but we're in a forceful uninstall situation. That's just like a Garuda impact you have to hold. Gets the pop buster here. RC wants to push as much damage as possible. Still has that last 50 meter here to play with.
Very good opportunity to be able to fight back. Fortunately, that deflection was not punished. Just trying to be able to restock on all that resources. Try to go for the burst bait, but luckily, Krillou's discipline allowed them to stack the mental and go for the throw, surviving by just a skin of their teeth.
Salt with the pressure running here, finds yet another knockdown. Deflect shield, create some distance, get that install, but run straight into the Mega Fist. Now this is a situation you want to avoid here. Does find a jump in. Should have an opportunity to uninstall. No, it's going to be a forced one, but still right in Krillou's face. In an actionable state here, should be able to set up to regen. What? Wait, what? Oh yeah, heavy Potemkin busted past RC. Of course.
You already know how this goes. You have no resources to your name besides that 50. Gonna cash it out to get that YRC out. You could definitely see the inexperience of being in these positions. You could definitely tell there's a lot more composure on the side of Crillou. There's less cognizant issues. There's more situational awareness when you have been in these positions time and time again. But for Bridget, this is not a frequent journey, their endeavor they've had to navigate around. So there definitely is a lot of nerves that we could see on the stage as just simple confirms become very difficult and very inconsistent.
If a bit of a pause here from Brewhitch, so possibly a character swap action, or we're just gonna say, yeah, okay, there is the Bedman, so a little bit more flexibility in terms of rotating between the more pressure, like up close pressure focus, or just taking a more zoning approach. Potemkin does have his tools to deal with both, but you know, you're not in as much dire straits as A.B.A being forced to hold Potemkin pressure.
Oh, the unfortunate deflect shield at the worst possible time. Yucker, you hate to see it.
Well, it depends who you ask. Some people do love to see it there, but so far, Booch having a really rough time trying to make anything happen here. Already a fantastic opener, and there's the tap dust to secure the round. Crillou 1 round away from solidifying the lead.
Able to jump out of that entire sequence. Very great mash out from Crillou to be able to deal with any possibility of a malfunction. Immediately going for back to the well for that pop buster. Trying to go double dip, but Bridget trying to get a punish off does get punished for their efforts. They guessed right, but they still lose.
PRC is such a cool mechanic. I'm glad they added it to Guilty Gear, the franchise. And Crillou is going to take the lead 2-0 right now with a perfect as well. 1 game away from eliminating Bridget.
One horse race, as one would like to call it. It is a dominant performance from Crillou, and if anything, it's actually become even more one-sided ever since we swapped over to the Bedman. Bridget has not had an opportunity to really get even so much as a lick in. We saw a little bit from the A.B.A, but so far we haven't really been able to see much confidence in their game plan, as they've just been getting riled up and getting really washed over, dismissed, almost disregarded. It almost feels like Crillou is trying to move on to the next opponent.
What's interesting to me is that Russia isn't without its very, very strong Potemkin players. I forget the name. They were also in Salty prior. That starts with the B, but very, very solid Potemkin as well. So the no. I mean, maybe like I think Kurokic was before my time. There was another one. Starts with the B. Like, the moment somebody writes it, I know instantly what the name was, but I can't for the life of it. It's like right on the tip of my tongue.
Oh,
Strive Earth moment.
oh, Bruhitch was kicked out of the room.
Ah, happens. Blazops. There you go.
Oh, I remember Blazops.
Yeah, so they have their really strong Potemkins there. So there is not without the ability to practice the matchup. But right now, maybe the connection or just the fact that Crillou just pilots it slightly differently, or we just hate Potemkin. It's hard to say what's the struggle right now for Bruhitch.
Yeah, to navigate and to really point out one particular issue would be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, right? You could definitely tell a lot of it comes down to just confidence. And I think the biggest thing is that we're seeing a lot of anxious gameplay from the side of Bruhitch, right? This isn't to say they haven't gotten anything good, but we could tell that there's a lot of nerves. And that's in addition with the fact that this is an uncommon territory that they've navigated, not being in this top 8 as frequently as your other compatriots here in the top 8, the usual criminals that you normally know and love. So there comes a lot of pressure, and that pressure could definitely come over in the aspect of fingers start to cramp up, your usual gameplay starts to become a little fuzzy, your decision making gets blurred. There's just a lot of things that come into fruition, possibilities if you will. And I feel like Bruhitch is kind of being hit by an amalgamation of just almost every other possibility of like tournament nerves, because we're seeing that even simple things become difficult, and that can happen. But for Crillou, he's been here time and time again. This is definitely just another day in the office.
So Bruhitch is going to opt to bow out instead, has considered himself EP, and just wants to say, you know what, well played to Crillou. Let him have the point, and Crillou will advance 3-0 over Bruhitch.
It is unfortunate.
Yeah, but it happens. But that means that Crillou gets a little bit of a, doesn't need to go the full distance here, so might be able to have some mental in reserves to face off against his countryman Kirb up next, the winner of which will face off against WantedFranky in the losers semifinals.
We're seeing a lot of French kills tonight. We're seeing a lot of France players just play against each other tonight, just one after the other. Like, you would think with the amount of players in their pool, right, that this wouldn't be a thing, but it's just almost every time. I feel like I've seen more France matches tonight between countrymen than I have seen any other country. I've seen varieties of different countries coming together, different players from various countries, but I've seen a lot of country kills tonight.
Yeah. Although I think I've seen more country kills than I've seen match Reno codes being claimed in the last few instances, so definitely hop on over that. We are hitting the twilight of our bracket, and we're all so close to the halfway mark here, as Crillou is absolutely just trying to speed run on Kirb right now, starting off with a solid pop buster, getting half of his health gone, and again, the deflect shield being thrown out by the pot buster. Different player, but same interaction than Kirb on a landslide, just any percent GDQ.
That was essentially a speed run, Yucker. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen a round go that fast in a good while. Crillou definitely seeming like he's out for blood. Kirb's gonna have to wait it out a little bit, weather the storm, able to get the knockdown they need, and there it is, the tried and true. This is how you get your momentum flourishing.
It's only the start here. Potemkin definitely a very beefy boy, so can trade a lot of that damage into tension.
Oh, wow. Very aggressive decision from Crillou, but it works out in the end.
Oh my god, look at the reversal, and yeah, you're gonna have to burst that one there. It's a little bit of an awkward one for Crillou. Should put himself into the corner, tries to 2D, but the card toss is gonna try and catch him out. This time the low finer connecting, not enough damage. Surprised to not see a super being used there. Could have been the kill. Something that, okay. Luckily, something that Kirb will not go to regret, as they are one round apiece.
Whether that was intentional or not, it did allow them to be able to put both these players in a very good position. But for Kirb, this does give another opportunity to try and play the neutral game and try to be able to maintain some sort of momentum. Just slowly building in that space. The card is the threat. You want to represent it when you can, as frequently as you can. But against Crillou, Crillou is brave. They will not let.
Good impact.
Heavy knockdown with meter on deck. Try to backdash away, and you are gonna pay for your crimes. Gonna guts crush with the heat knuckle and send you down a point in the set.
Yeah, that's gonna be something scary that Kirb's gonna have to weigh up in the back of his mind, is how fast Crillou can take some of these games when the guesses just all happen to fall in his favor. We saw in that very first round, I think it was like 3 back-to-back pot busters, and you think, I don't like this. I don't like this because now I have to start interacting, start RPSing, and the pot player is just sitting there giggling because they're going to get one of these really big hitting, like fat counted close slashes as well. There's so many things to be able to land in their favor. Of course, things can go wrong, such as a pot buster being jumped, but that's where you get your PRC there to cover for your mistakes.
I do like this gauging out process, right? Kirb is trying to gauge out the spacing by just kind of creeping forward, building up meter as we go along. We're gonna lock him down. Now we're gonna reach into the well, go back to reliable.
Stick out there, trading hits. Almost came out on top. Was hoping for that hammerfall combo to connect. Now a pixel of health here for Kirb to play with, but yeah. As expected, Crillou just seeing the health lead over there, just goes, you know what, we'll just mash. Worst case that happens, we trade. Sorry, the worst case I lose out, but you know, we can also just trade.
You were talking about very, very strong options. I'm seeing a lot of tee pop buster.
Yep, it's a very strong option. And it's very funny. You could just imagine the pop players absolutely giggling to themselves, like, oh my god, moron, you got hit by pump buster yet again. I'm so good.
God, my neutral is so sick. I'll be waiter, another pop buster, please.
Daring Anji today. Very nice close slash, actually. Catch from behind. Look at the risk also, and finally, gonna be a nice little cash out. Oh, wow. Only very nice. I'm surprised that it's so little for how much risk was cranked up, but nonetheless, Kirb able to find a couple hits here. So slightly generating a live lead, but there's the BRC, seeing that 2D animation coming out. No RC being expended here by Crillou to guarantee, but finds the back throw incident anyways, and that is a 2-game lead.
Yucker, I don't think we need to talk about it, but like, can we just go back? I was watching some of our like VODs back together on commentary, and every time there's a one constant I always see. It's always Crillou just doing whatever. Like he just doesn't care. Like this man has to be the Yujiro Hanma of Potemkin. This man could give less of a shit. He really doesn't care.
He is just moving stuff in the kitchen, doing absolutely nothing, and it just works out.
Bro is not cooking. Bro is not cooking a thing.
No, he is. He's surely moving plates around, but there we go. A little bit of that footsie gameplay coming out here from Kirb. Unfortunately, no card cut, but still maintaining the positioning. This time does get the card cut. 5k pickup, barely connecting. Spot against the wall there. It's super forward, the wall break. Gonna get that hard knockdown and that positive meter bonus.
If I were Kirb, I definitely have to be very considerate of my offensive structures, because so far it seems like they haven't been tight enough in terms of being able to lock down Crillou. Crillou just constantly unbothered, just in his lane, refuses to just see this game out in the long haul, just refuses to acknowledge any of Kirb's prowess, instead just reminding him that the chiropractor's office awaits him every stretch of the way.
Crillou is most certainly a student of the Bene Gesserit, right? Fear is the mind killer. We will not fear. We will just push forward. We will throw options. We will be aggressive, and we will speed run. Were they perfect? Claiming it 3-0 over Kirb, eliminating his fellow country person and advancing on forward for a glorious pot mirror against WantedFranky to be fulfilled later in the losers semifinals. But first, we're gonna go wander over yonder back to our winners finals, where we got PataChu and Milkshake waiting for a very long time to get it started.
Yucker, I don't even have any words. I don't have anything to describe what we just saw. That's Crillou. That's Crillou for you. Crillou every time. you would think, oh, this is not going to happen again. He's done it too many times. I've seen more pop busters in that set alone than I've seen in a single tournament in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, we could see the fear that that set instilled, because WantedFranky in the stream matches here already trying to buy off Crillou, saying for the price of a little croissant, you shall let him pass. Followed by /JK, so I'm gonna be playing that one out. Personally, I wouldn't stoop for a little croissant, but we move.
You think Crillou looks in the water like the Greek tale of Narcissus? He's like, oh, my neutral is so clean. It's like, yeah, I'm nice with it. It's like,
listen, I haven't experienced it enough, so I can't fully hate, but like, if it's anything like Raven players who are just like going into the air, pressing JHS, being like, oh my god, my air throw game is so nice. As they have a level 3 hitting air normal, like, yeah, I'd be popping off too, bro. Here we go. Aggressive start from PataChu already, just getting a big old counter hit. Milkshake's had enough, immediately breaks out the blicky, trying to run down this little boy, 3-year-old. Oh, it's a 5-year-old by the time to strive.
He's 5. Yeah, he's 5. But in any case, though, I think for Milkshake being all the way in the winner's side, this definitely offers yet another opportunity to possibly take this 2 grands again, just like they did last week.
It was against PataChu last time, right?
Yeah, last time he got sent to loser's side. I think he got sent to loser's side either by Andros or PataChu, and then immediately fought all the way back up, beat Andros along the way, and then immediately went to grand finals and nearly reset the bracket.
It's some crazy work here. Already off to a decent start here in round 2.
Oh no, he did reset the bracket. It was a 3-0, and then he immediately took it to game 5.
Yep. Very nice. Then there we go. Straight into Tyrant Barrel. Half health gone, hard knockdown. We see 1 bullet in the chamber here for Milkshake, so will possibly have to be a burst or something to build a bit of space here. Does find that 2S, immediately starts just blasting as fast as possible, quick drawing, reloading soon after, and this time with the focus shot on the curves, building up enough time for some more bullets. Press the PRC instead, but there's the gun flip, catching him on the frame trap, and that is going to be a round apiece to both players so far.
And the biggest thing that we definitely have to point out, right? The last time we saw Milkshake, right? They were very clean. They've teed up a lot on their resource game. We're seeing a lot of that genius, especially being able to maintain it for long periods of time, just being able to maintain any semblance of offensive structure. But the thing that really kept them from being able to take the victory was just that overzealous nature of being able to utilize the resources. How much that changes is going to be the all-important factor, especially now that we're dealing with yet another opportunity to possibly take grands.
It's footsies though from Milkshake, beautifully done there. And I'm like, oh my god, that's footsies again. This time the burst though to cut it short, doesn't want to do too much damage, trying to go for a little bit of that funny spacing, but there's the PRC dash over. We are baiting something, but that's going to be okay as we do just deck him straight in the nuts through the wall.
Not a bad start from Milkshake, especially after having a week to be able to reconsider and rethink their strategy, really understand who it is they're playing against. It's starting to look like a very strong start, and considering that this is a slower paced PataChu, I think now is more important to start taking that initiative.
I mean, it's always tricky with the Happy Chaos character, just the flexibility that he has at hand, thanks to being. I mean, he is basically just a puppet character with just the fact that he has a negative edge, a separate entity doing hits that apply block stun, which means he can really extend just about every facet of what the character can do. Makes it just, in general, very difficult for you to navigate.
Oh no. You know, as you were speaking, right? Yeah, you do have a great point in that regard, but just in the same vein as like the resource of a life bar for a puppet character, we don't have focus to really contend with, and we barely have any resources to our name. Only 1 bullet in the chamber.
We love PRC. We love the PRC mechanic. We love whiffing throw and still getting a punish. It's unfortunately Milkshake Not paying attention to the meter. That was definitely a beautiful jump, but it wasn't meant to be on the punish side of things. Already starting off pressure nicely, applying the curse. And a whiff punish on the beak driver. Loading up a couple shots here, apply curse yet again. Just take it nice and slow. And wow, what a gunshot mix.
Trying to maximize as much damage to the wall as they can. They did get a huge amount of life, but the beak driver swing from PataChu does swap the corners to the other side. Now they're the ones in control. The Maestro once again taking full advantage of the exposed weaknesses of Milkshake, already bleeding their health.
Most certainly footsies right now. Milkshake going with the last stand burst here, but the careful jump in the long reach of the JS. PataChu bringing it to 1 game apiece here. Possibly having a little bit more of a stronger download on Milkshake, having claimed 2 rounds back-to-back.
We definitely see the energy level starting to pick up a little bit. PataChu, I feel like, finally had a little bit of time to warm up, maybe like try to psych themselves back up, as we're seeing a lot more potency on their side. We're seeing a bit more action, some more pace, some more emphasis on being able to just control the screen from the back foot. And so far, Milkshake having to readjust themselves. We're going to see how well he can play into that more high-octane pace that we're already switching into another gear.
Very nice, gets that Elden Ring mix. PataChu has seen enough. Oh, the low profile into the JS. Very nicely done there. Just drag him all the way to the other side. Very low in focus here. He is going to get that Deus Ex Machina or that wall break, but just... Oh
no. This could
Come on, oh boy, break it through. Yes,
Crisis
there it
averted.
is.
Crisis averted.
Look at that focus gauge, though. It's going to be very... Yeah, 1 shot and already just out on the red focus. Not able to get a super focus cancel going, so stuck in the corner now. Still has a bit of a life lead, but relying on system mechanics to try and break away against a character, especially like Din, barely slipping away, just opts to super focus anyway. Just wants to play a little bit more aggressively with the gun.
Can I get that wall stomp as well? No, just gets the wall break, just gets enough focus back to be able to restock on their pressure. Very brave start from PataChu. Gonna hold on to that burst. Milkshake not really wanting to contest there, and does get rewarded for their efforts, not getting a wall break for their efforts as well. It's already a good place to be in. Still low focus is a very huge issue.
Maintaining a distance away from PataChu sets up quite nicely to just play it a little slow, but in this case, the Deus Ex Machina going to be connected. Claiming the first round of Game 3, so Milkshake with a slight overall advantage in the set. What lost the 2D there? Oh, 2S.
Yeah, 2S. I think 11 frames to 11 frame to 11 frame. I'm not entirely sure how fast Sin's 2D is at the moment. All I know is that it definitely was a matter of probably preempt usage of that 2D, and it did work out in the end, as you look at Milkshake already losing the round immediately post-explosion, evening things out in the rounds.
They say in Limp Bizkit, it's just one of those days.
We're seeing a lot of preempt decision-making from Milkshake, right? Just trying to make sure that PataChu doesn't get to utilize those most potent ranged options every single time, or trying to bait out a DP, but it's not exactly working out as we're building up a lot of that negative penalty.
Okay. A very proactive player indeed, as you mentioned, not willing to just press in, take the advantage. Unfortunately, not getting the gun flip close enough, but still, keep PataChu at bay, dancing to his own tune. No, you could have seen that the burst whiffed through the RC explosion. Unfortunately, Milkshake not quite ready for that, but nevertheless, getting the next interaction victory here. Gonna go Deus Ex Machina, and that will do it. Taking the lead yet again in the set, and we're seeing a slight deja vu from last time. Milkshake preparing to send PataChu down to loser side again.
But he can't get complacent now. The last time we were here, it immediately switched the tide in favor of PataChu, who kicked into another gear. But you cannot afford to let yourself get complacent. You have the lead, but leads are so quickly diverted away from you. You've got to maintain what's been working. You've got to keep that pressure going, and you've got to make sure that your opponent goes down for the count. Because here, getting that winner side slot means everything for Milkshake. That does give them a favorable lead, but they've got to put them down for the one last time.
Absolutely. So here is game number 4, Milkshake. The chance at that grand finals winner side seat. Already starting off the pressure nicely. Sets up the curse, trying to back away, but a little bit too slow. And immediately PataChu taking the chance to get right up in there, scoring that big driver straight into the tire and barrel off the combo. It's gonna get a nice hard knockdown to start generating some of these resources back. 1 bar of stamina and waiting for that positive meter bonus to tick forward.
All 6k counter hit, you already know this isn't going to be a good time for him. Does all the damage, but carries him out of the corner. JP, though, does rectify the mistake. Already a very strong round from PataChu.
Okay, IBs. Out of stamina here. WantedFranky wants to keep the pressure running as much as possible, slowly getting towards that 50 tension mark there. Tries to challenge out. Look at the wrist cranked, and just like that, tap dust. No need to RC to confirm. Look at the damage on that confirm.
No, that is a hell of a lot of health. Unfortunately, all that blood, you are not the victor, my friend. Oh, he was too late to the reaction. PataChu again, very brave individual, recognizes the reticle was locking on, immediately PRCs and elk hunts right underneath, taking out Milkshake into a game 5 situation.
Here it is. So, is PataChu a victim of repetition to let Milkshake once again send him down to the loser side, or will we show improvement from last week's endeavor and just come out triumphant to a very comfortable position that they are all so familiar with? Only 1 game left to tell the tale.
Duel 1.
And all that kind of begins from how both these players go into it, where one decides to take initiative, one starts to disengage to try and find their footing again.
Wait there, and yeah, immediately wants to burst out, doesn't want to give no momentum over to Milkshake, and it too.
Nice lock on, being able to recognize when the crosshair was just on top of their opponent, built up 50 meter right around the good time. NSxC are going to provide that positive bonus with no resources to their name. They need this more than ever.
He does break the pressure here from Milk. We see the stamina being used out, does find a jump to escape, tries to apply the gun, but immediately the Hawk Baker to challenge WantedFranky. Pressure going, finds an opening here. Not going to be too much since no tension and no stamina to extend the damage some more, and that is Milkshake breaking away now, setting up the NSxC, getting that full reload. The focus is also in a really good spot. 50 tension on the board. This is a lovely spot for Milkshake to play.
Oh, this is a great spot. The overzealous defensive prowess of PataChu got the best of him. The composure was let go for just a moment, giving Milkshake an opportunity to extend the lead. Just trying to focus up, trying to get any sort of curse applied. But again, PataChu, the bravery on display allows him to be able to push on forward. And on top of that, he does get that tension, I believe.
Oh, not quite able to score the anti-air there by Milkshake. Being tossed up on the wake up, just using that elk hunt to get close. 2P able to catch out the overhead and immediately just carrying him all the way to the other side. They'll be piling up a little bit more damage thanks to the NSxC Machina, but nothing too crazy to write home about. Still though, hard knockdown, positive meter bonus. Gooba Stomp connects with the aggressive burst, does swap the side. Milkshake now is trapped in the corner. Is it enough for PataChu to get the kill? Use the wall splat, tire and barrel will do the trick. We are in final game, final round between these two. Milkshake has burst. PataChu next to none.
Could have definitely tried to be a hero in the position, but when you're already winning in the resource war and you had that possibility of losing there, you want to get as many advantages as you can into the next round. And already a fantastic start, a lot of damage on the table, putting PataChu down to the final 30 to 40%. You need every advantage, every sort of lifeline available to you. But once again, PataChu just representing these aggressive elk hunts. They've been working wonders for him.
RC to just fly away. There's the Elden Ring mix. Is it enough? No more bullets to keep it running, so it just has to cut it short by sending them full screen. Tab does connect. RC to make sure, and immediately just going into the NSxC Machina. Wasn't necessary, but still just absolutely guaranteeing it's a quick and easy kill there. Milkshake making a little repetition from last time. 3-2, sending PataChu down and granting himself that winner's side grand finals seat. So gonna be taking a break from him for a bit, as we're going to see the pop mirror between WantedFranky and Crillou come up next.
That is the third Potemkin match in a row we have to see, by the way. That is 3 back-to-back. And again, for Milkshake, this is such a very great sigh of relief, right? Overcoming one hell of a hurdle, especially after the events of last week. You know, punching your ticket into Grand Finals winner's side is always a confidence booster. Putting down one major Titan who's won this event multiple times and has does so against the likes of Tiger Pop and even Andros for that matter. To be able to go blow for blow with a guy of this caliber, it must put your ego at an all-time high. You must be sitting so pretty on your perching grands, but you still have plenty of time to be able to witness. Now that you have the benefit of grand slot winner side, you can see who your potential 3 candidates are moving up to try and fight back and see Heaven's Gates.
Most certainly indeed. But we are going to go into our final 3 sets of this evening. We are still sitting at 26 codes left to be claimed. We'll do a quick refresh on the Match Arena page just to be sure. Okay, no, 22, so we have moved the goalposts slightly, but still more codes to be claimed. So make sure to get that done as we are watching already WantedFranky versus Crillou. Franky with the burst bomb.
I find the irony of this matchup with the music that's being played. We have 2 of the slowest characters with the song in the background for the fastest character in the game.
It's more a reference to the amount of damage he does and the pace of the rounds than his own movement.
Fair enough.
Just backing away, WantedFranky trying to slide in here, but snatches him right out of that hammer fall. We're getting a little too comfortable with our armor there. It's neat and all when you do block a hit, but you can't block it when my 2 big hands just grab you by the waist and throw you on the spot, right?
Huh? What do you mean by this, Yucker? Hold on. I had a double take for a second.
Triple take it. I did not stutter.
My man said that with his whole chest. He meant that. You know what? Holding up, trying to reach out for his teddy bear, trying to make him go Amimir for the final time. Oh, Hammer Fist.
Bot-to-bot communication here just gives him the credit card swipe straight into the heat knuckle here. And that's going to be around the piece to both players, already showing off the strength of this character and just how chaotic these rounds can play out.
The Potemkin hive mind is truly a beautiful thing, wouldn't you say, Yucker?
I plead the 5th.
We're watching 2 silverback gorillas just go back and forth.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it. Nature running its course.
Welcome everybody.
They're fighting for the right of the pack, you know?
Welcome everybody to the Discovery Channel. We are watching as 2 Potemkins are in their natural habitat. One of them reaching out for the pop buster. Just able to isolate the burst away in the nick of time. Crillou does put a fast one over WantedFranky, immediately taking that game 1, but not without a little bit of resistance. Both players really going blow for blow.
Sometimes, I mean, even Potemkin is victim to his own shenanigans, because, I mean, funnily enough, he doesn't really possess all too great tools to deal with his own stuff, right? You do have plenty of armor within your kit, but one thing that armor doesn't contribute towards is getting you through these command grab situations. And other than that, it's, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
These 2 are, you know, we've never actually seen them 2 in the same room. Who's to say that this isn't the same player?
They just have that weird bug where they happen to control both inputs, both characters.
That would be very impressive, just as impressive as the red we are seeing again. Instead, Crillou not going for the well again. Just waiting a little bit of time. Finally getting that wall break.
Bit unfortunate on that wall assault hitting OTG there, but just need that final hit to close it out. Beautiful air throw there from WantedFranky. Just bring it back down to the ground. Hits the Garuda impact. It might have been a missed time on the PRC Heavenly, but it is still going to be Crillou coming out on top with a beautiful 5P counter hit conversion.
5K being super active, 14 frames of active frames as well. You definitely have to be careful at all times. Nice flick to avoid the slide head knockdown. Once again, Crillou fighting back out of the corner, but WantedFranky wants to keep it, but they just go back and forth. One can't decide who wants to be on the wheel first.
Swinging. I'm gonna swing for it. I don't want to hold this Potemkin pressure. I know how this ends. Ooh, a little bit too early there. The Gantum certainly was still busy. Just out of reach for the pop bust off the stagger mash window. Nice anti-air, Buddha. Something flying.
Nice catch at the 5P, just trying to reset multiple times. You can definitely see the expertise on both sides tonight. Trying to go for the hammer fist, goes over to the other side, gonna get the knockdown once more, and finally WantedFranky gets to represent the tried and true Potemkin jump scare.
Woo. Oh wow, big JS, send down to the ground. Using the deflect shield here just to create a bit of distance between the two, but now Franky with the slightest of life advantages here over Crillou, so it doesn't mean Crillou has to approach in a way, but does find a far slash counter hit, pushing him into the corner of the armor, but the armor back from the other hammer fall.
Finally digging back into it. We're gonna get our first Heavenly Potemkin Buster of tonight. Now, chat room. Who am I joking? This kills.
Yeah, this is death. Potemkin or not, sayonara. Say goodbye to your friends. It's Crillou. The 2-game lead right now, 1 away.
I see what you did there. Referencing Iron Tiger like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a beautiful man. I can't wait for the idea of if they ever do a Blaze Blue, just what would that super look like?
We can keep waiting.
That would look cool.
Yeah,
it's never gonna happen.
Yes, that's the goal. Maybe in Maury's new studio we'll see something Blaze Blue like. That's the hope. Oh, nice, good blocks.
Both players really just trying to find that big boy hit. All they've been doing is really, I just think about it, both players haven't really been representing anything major in terms of starters. That is one hell of a start. That might be enough to kill here if he can Guts Crush.
Yeah, no, it will most certainly be enough. A very, very strong round there for Crillou. We're still on the table, and okay, I guess yeah, it's worth a shot finally just to let that power pop busted on start rock. Back dash, able to narrowly avoid the wall assault, Garuda impact, finds a beautiful close slash counter hit, able to drag him closer and closer to the corner. The Potemkin jump scare is enough needed to build up. Yes, it is. RC tap dust. Can we find the kill wall assault just to push it a little bit more? 6H and the pixel health. Maybe if he went for the knuckle instead, but just send the 2P to finish the job. It is 3-0 for Crillou. Now going to go face off against PataChu in the losers finals.
So weird being in these positions, right? For both of us, right? We're missing 2 other sets, and we could definitely feel the impact of those 2 sets just being lost, or 3 sets for that matter, actually, because we essentially were taken away from various different sets tonight. But we did rectify that with at least 1 set from the loser side, qualifying at least, and. Again, it really goes to show you, not even Potemkin players can deal with Potemkin.
It is what it is.
But you know what isn't what it is? We don't have all our Naturino codes claimed. We still have plenty left over. What's going on tonight, everybody? Come on. We still have plenty of codes left to go with. We have 21 codes in total. If you haven't already, please be sure to visit the Naturino code. I ask if you could kindly show the lovely people in the chat where you can find them. We still have plenty of codes left over. Please be sure to do so as we're reaching the final stages of the tournament. We are now in our losers finals. Winner of this goes to fight on Milkshake. We could possibly get another run back between PataChu as well as Milkshake, or we can get the grappler, the Tyrant, back on the stage. PataChu gonna represent that RTL. Get that hard knockdown for positive bonus to come on through.
Mega pressure IB attempt there to look for an opening. Does it yet again, but it was a guard crush. Spaces away. Beautiful with punish on the throw attempt there, and PataChu off to a very strong start. Time barrel gonna be enough. It will do so. First round, perfect from PataChu. Both players sitting quite nicely, about equal on the burst gauge here.
Try to use that preemptive 5K to beat out the elk hunt, but the beak driver the fire slash was what was met. Not gonna get a wall break, which is a very unfortunate position for PataChu, but again, once again representing that aggressive elk hunt that has been getting them so much success. That has been the absolute crutch of tonight's gameplay for PataChu.
It is what it is. PataChu, yet another hard knockdown. Going to be down to one final good hit here to close out game one. We see a PRC attempt yet again, but the 2D connecting. A little bit of damage coming out here from Crillou now, but still look at the situation. There's so much meter on the side for PataChu. The stamina is nicely charged up. The burst is available, and he just goes for the stamina cancel into the throw. PataChu starting off nice and strong, claiming that first game.
And not without getting some noise here. We're making a lot more noise. Thank you to WantedFranky for bringing over your crew, but also thank you to Gecko Squirrel for bringing over your crew for tonight's SaltyEU. We appreciate you both for bringing your peeps out tonight. We have a stacked top three. We have Crillou and PataChu fighting for the possibility of making grand finals, and up there waiting for him is Milkshake. Already it's PataChu off to the races, and immediately we're starting to see some gears being shifted into overdrive.
Sure to cut the momentum short from PataChu's side, not letting him get the ball rolling too much here, but Yui, unfortunate throw attempt going baited once again. We see the shimmy action coming out here from PataChu. The throw with frame kill, maintaining that distance away. PRC, just in case the whiff beak driver was potentially punished here. Guard crushes coming galore. So difficult for Crillou to challenge out right now.
But that is a very great escape. Trying to go for the flick in case he tried to backdash away, but PataChu had other plans. Spinning that PRC a little bit too preemptive, but we do get the knockdown. This is perfect for Crillou to get started.
Trying to maintain a bit of distance. Yeah. But still, the life disadvantage, you do ultimately want them to kind of fall into your buns, but it's meant to be. Is it enough to get the kill? It will do. Burst is refunded to Crillou, however, both players. Oh yeah, like PataChu is like one hit away from his.
There it is. He just came back online, flicking that beak driver away, but once more, Hawk Baker gonna be the difference maker, bars, and just put PataChu into that corner control. Nice catch with a JK.
Yeah, very nice. I was maybe expecting a little bit of conversion, but still a really strong situation. OTGs just had enough this time attacking the throw, but still hasn't escaped this corner just yet. And you can see, look at the spacing played out by PataChu, just narrowly avoiding some of these hits and getting that whiff punish. Does slide all the way in with the elk hunt. RC to extend some more, wants to hang on to the stamina instead. Going to the tire barrel for the wall break action. Still a bit of health for Crillou to try and survive with, but PataChu is... Oh! Never mind.
The first real gambit from Crillou this entire set. Gonna block it out, try to IB, goes for the well again. Great air throw! All reinforcing the plus frame that we saw Andros do the last time they were on the stage. Nice catch with the tap, dust, hard knockdown. This might be Quillou's chance.
Too soon, there's one Hawk Baker. Got just barely out of the beak driver range. PataChu caught being impatient, aggressive burst, sees how good the situation is, backdash. The Gigantor is out on the screen, looking to just poke and low profile underneath, but chucks him out just as he is approaching from the air. Would almost comboed him back into his own Gigantor, but that would be something. But instead, it's going to be the kill. 2-0 so far for PataChu. Very nicely done. Just constant backdashing, baiting, throwing out that low profile, trying to snipe him by the toes. Sort of incentivizing this jump action from Crillou, and finally it pays off with a beautiful air throw.
Very, very scary situation, but he kept his composure intact, and PataChu, his patience and his composure are being rewarded every single step of the way, already getting that 2-0. It looked like very precarious losing positions, but he just makes this look so navigatable. Yeah, that's a word.
Yeah.
Oh, he definitely didn't want to deal with that. He felt pressure along the way. He had to burst.
It's slow, it's safe. We've managed to guarantee the pressure especially having Krillou's back to the wall. Would have almost got that really sick pickup, somehow swapping sides off that burst. So Krillou on a really solid advantage state here. Just jump out, PRC respects the cancel, but beautiful bait on the DP, getting a big counter hit. That's Krillou with a very confident round, maybe finally a chance to put one on the board, not go out. Completely washed.
I mean, the idea is you don't want to go down with a big O right next to your name, but again, when you have someone of this caliber, you're facing your countrymen again. You have to kind of expect that these kinds of things are a possibility, but you have to have the tenacity to still match it. We didn't get to see it confirmed the last time. We're going to try and see it again, but PataChu, a lot of this fancy stuff isn't exactly working out as planned.
Wow, wait. Oh. That is weird. That heat knuckle pulling him out of the corner. I don't even think PataChu was really ready for that. So, Krillou in a really good spot. Does get anti-aired now, but can really turn around quick. Sin character, not a slouch on himself. For the RC burst bait, Wild Assault keeps it running, and yeah, you should have just kind of bursted earlier. So really good routing from Krillou there, shutting out the burst.
Not a bad shout too, and just before PataChu can even think about using the burst, using that blue Wild Assault to keep it out of harm's way as well, just allowing himself to be able to get at least one on the board. And very good question from our good friend in the chat, WantedFranky. Have you contributed to the Matcherino? To the Raiders who have pulled up, have you contributed to the Matcherino? If you have not, please be sure to visit the Matcherino website that we have pinned by or posted by our favorite TO here in SaltyEU. Log in, claim the code, profit. That's all you got to do.
Trying to play over the slow game out here, looking to flick, catch PataChu on an option, extending the hurt box hopefully, but a beautiful jump over the slide head. It's going to prompt Krillou to burst, try to take the turn back, looking for a pop buster, but the backdash away. Wild Assault confirming straight into the RTL. Wants to get this wall break ASAP, get that positive meter bonus churning.
Change of tides here. We're starting to see a little bit of a different tone from both players, and for PataChu, who has navigated around these positions before, is definitely doing a fantastic job of keeping Krillou from being able to utilize those resources, but an aggressive reversal pop buster. We're gonna see the silly combo, except PataChu is a little bit of a party pooper, doesn't want to see it.
Yo, oh, wait,
this is not good.
That did not look intentional, but yeah, that was an unfortunate way to use meter. It started off so strong for PataChu, but now Krillou at the round point here to tie up the set to a piece. It's going to try and burst before too much damage near the wall is being dealt onto him, but hasn't quite escaped the position just yet. We see the long-range communication coming out from both sides.
Go for the meaty elk hunt. Not elk hunt, but the hoof stomp. Does build up and generate enough meter to be able to get that RTL off. Simple pressure, trying to keep him from mashing buttons, but the backdash gets caught by the pop buster.
Oh,
no, not again.
Pop buster. The meter is slowly coming up. Is it enough to kill?
It is. Don't even lie to yourself, man. Don't even try and make it sound like this wasn't gonna kill 100% Yucker. We both knew in our hearts.
I'm sitting here trying to downplay Potemkin on stream. No, that just straight up kills. So PataChu now in a in quite the hairy spot here. Is one game away from grand finals, but equally one game away from being sent home. Krillou instead taking a seat. The comeback has been really phenomenal so far, but is there any counter adaptations coming? There's also no Elfeld swap, which is a sign that which is a sign that the Sin is indeed working as intended. It's just that Krillou is slightly coming out on top in these interactions.
It's just finishing, right? Finishing your play. And PataChu cannot afford to let these mistakes continue to fly. Like, I understand it's a different mentality on PataChu, but we've seen how he's navigated against even players like Andros. But tonight definitely seems a little bit like not his usual clinical self, just a little bit of passivity here and there. We're seeing a lot of bravery with these Elkin attempts, as we're going to see them tonight again. And they're doing a fantastic work. It's just being able to finish up the match and just close it out. That's been the biggest problem for him so far.
Health down, still a very chunky boy, so we've traded a lot of that for the tension. Tries to Mega Fist, but gets caught in the recovery. Trying to do something on Wake Up there. I think was probably another fast RC off the heavily Potemkin bust. It might have been a slight error. So no, just yet. But Blue RC right into the 5P.
He blocked with his face. You never do that before?
Oh
no. Oh, Jesus. His health bar. Oh, I thought he was going to hit him with 6H at some point. That easily could have ripped through his health. PataChu still has all his resources intact.
Oh, yeah. BRC seeing that startup of 2P. Getting a beautiful Hog Baker to break through it. So that is PataChu now on set point over Crillou. Still, Crillou making this as close as ever. Has a chance to make it a victory for himself here, but we see the footsies coming out in the favor of PataChu so far. Getting these beautiful whip punishes, carefully managing the space and approach against Potemkin. We see the disjoint attempt, but 2K repeats. Breaking through the armored tyrant barrel, laying on the hurt here against Crillou, and Crillou in a really, really rough spot.
Has no resources but his burst, but again, you already know how it goes. Just extending with the wild assault. 100 meter is finally online. Gets the overhead. We're gonna have more than enough to kill our countrymen. Ale, ale. PataChu moves to grand finals loser's side.
It is what it is. So a very good showing there from Crillou. Almost taking it over PataChu, but the experience comes out ahead. And now we are back to where we were last week, only with PataChu having won it. Now is the question, can Milk instead close it out without actually going into a reset? And if it does go that far, can he finish that reset? Can he win it?
The biggest question to be asked, how much stamina do both these players have left? I would imagine it was mentally draining to play the first time for Milkshake, who did come out the better in that set. But PataChu has played back-to-back game 5s. I imagine this is only going to be able to be a reoccurring theme. It's just a matter of who can out-mental the other.
Duel 1.
I'm not mistaken. Milkshake is the kind of person that does burn out at some point in the mental stack. So it's gonna be one of those things of mental fortitude and can. Oh my God, where are you going? No leaving the corner just yet. Instead, opposite just be nice and aggressive with a 2P. Assuming the aggressive burst, swung right back at Milkshake. Wants to keep it in this corner. Wants to keep him trapped, claustrophobic style. But the 2S challenging. No.
In terms of stamina, we don't have to worry about that, especially because Milkshake had so much time to be able to rest, so definitely was able to recharge, recalibrate, and really get back into the swing of things. Now that we're in Grand Finals winner's side, he's got so many opportunities to just really think things through and had so much time to be able to think about who his next opponent was. But that is a lot of health already gone. Consistently, these clean hit tyrant barrels have been potent for PataChu.
Oh, very nice. The run up. 2P whip frame kill and just sets up beautifully into the throw. First round lead here to PataChu. We see Milkshake already trying, gets that tap dust. Conversion thanks to the gun. Splat him against the wall. None of meter for the Deus Ex Machina. So gonna have to run it very carefully now with 2 bullets in the chamber, half the focus. But immediately PataChu just swinging in. Says this is how you knock down.
And not to mention the difference in damage also shows on the table for both of them. Trying to extend here. Very delayed pressure. The far slash gonna catch. Immediately already escapes out of the corner. This is perfect for Milkshake. Now it's time for Deus Ex Machina. Time to let bullets fly. Many men.
And indeed, there it is. Half focus. First is applied. There's plenty of bullets to play with here, but the focus is still a matter of attention here from Milkshake. Blocks out the overhead. There's no more stamina left, but still gets opened up. Wild Assault tries to push the damage some more. Finds that 2P. Takes the knockdown. Beats up. 2D counter hit. Has to burst to try and stay alive in this game. Tap does connect. RC to just keep it pushing. No need to. Oh. Oh,
this
no.
is so horrible. That went
no.
from bad to worse. It could have easily been a wall break for the kill, but the routing and the miscalculation, it just went so haywire. It went completely south, giving PataChu that first real game. I imagine these are the kind of circumstances that, as a player, when things go south this quickly, that's when the mental starts to really get applied here. That's where the mental games start to apply, and that's where Lady Luck starts to become more of a factor. How do you deal with that, being the one on the receiving end?
See, we will see from Milkshake here.
Duel 1.
I mean, considering the set they ran to be in this situation to begin with, right? It wasn't a particularly a sweep from Milkshake, so it is to expect it to be a back and forth. Only the matter of will it be Milkshake that comes out on top when it matters. So far, off to a lovely start here. He's throwing up some good footsies here. Backdash, punishing with the gunshot thanks to the curse as well. I mean, that Deus Ex Machina bullet reload, but the focus is definitely a little bit of a pain point here. But safe jump to bait out the Hawkbaker, and that is going to be a sadly not a perfect due to chip damage, which is cringe, but it counts.
The ghetto perfect. The ghetto perfect, if you will. And very good decision making from Milkshake too, opting not to use the Deus Ex Machina to deny PataChu the burst for just a good while longer, so that way any and all offense could just be diminished.
Back away, gunshots ahoy. The burst here while Milkshake is very low on resources, does find the opportunity to quickly load up some bullets, but the focus needs to be paying attention about how waiting out the time here, blocking it is definitely contributing to him. Getting it back up, Deus Ex Machina should be close enough for that wall break. The focus is looking pretty good as well. What's the safe jump going to look like here from Milkshake? Or we're just going to run up and get thrown, actually.
Nice block on the overhead, got caught open by the close slash. PataChu recognizing just before the wall break could happen on the second hit of Hoof Stomp, just narrowly catches the conversion and makes things level again. It's things like that that could make or break your run. Able to close that break out, the wall break, keep the burst out of play as well.
Finds a little opening, however the conversion is going to be a little rough due to the scaling, but the combo has him locked into the corner, does find that J2K connecting. Slam against the wall, Deus Ex Machina curse is applied. The focus looking a little low here, but there is going to be a bit of time killed to generate some up, but still not the most extensive pressure coming out. But again, the Hawkbaker.
He didn't put the gun away either. He could have easily gone for the burst bait alongside that. That air throw might just be enough. The Deus Ex Machina might be a little bit scaled here, but the Guts Crush, not enough.
Ah, but the gunshot will do the trick, and Milkshake tying it up one apiece now. Got ourselves a little bit of a set on our hand.
I just noticed, so like, just to deviate away from the main point, did you notice just how forward his neck was? Just Happy Chaos's neck. He looks like Germa in that one VR clip. Bro's neck is all the way forward.
It's known he's got that shrimp posture.
He does have the shrimp posture, actually. You're not wrong, Jesus.
He's a gamer. What can you do? Remember to go outside and get some of that sunlight.
Jesus. The posture differences between both players.
One's raised proper. The other one is
Define
insane.
proper for Sim Kisuke.
Well, you see, when you've been a good boy, you can have some sugar water and you can add a pinch of salt, and it goes from good to downward to upright godly.
You know what? Maybe that's what PataChu needs. Just a little bit of sugar water. It might just brighten his day.
Might just. I mean, his day already bright. He got a little smiley face every time he's blocking. How can somebody like that not be happy? It's in his name. Oh no!
Oh.
The DRC just special delivery, slowly descending to your doom.
All these fuzzy jumps have been caught, but that doesn't dissuade Milkshake from even testing the waters as often as he has. Great air throw from PataChu, still digging in from the depths.
Lovely trade. I guess that's how that situation is supposed to play out, but depending on how strong you mash it, maybe just how the connectivity goes between you two, it can be a one-sided victory here. But so far, this interaction working out quite lovely here for Milkshake. Though the lack of meter means no hard knockdown. This focus has to generate carefully but slowly, but the close slash, sniping him, spiking him straight down to the ground, spam him against the wall. Also doesn't have enough meters, so no hard knockdown. A chance here for Milkshake to operate.
Spending the PRC at a very, very awful time. Still, he does secure the curse. He's going to go once again, utilizing the RC to just fully extend, and that positive bonus is going to rectify everything I just mentioned a while ago. Oh, he's utilizing that FD.
Oh. No!
Oh, no!
Reset,
Oh,
throw,
no.
RC, and there it is. PataChu claiming game number 3. That was really unfortunate.
Yeah.
He saw that jump in, but then went for, I believe, 2S. That was just so unfortunate.
Yeah, it's been unfortunate. He could have gone for a 6P there, but I think what ended up happening is he just kind of went and pulled the trigger too quickly, not really deciding what to press. He just kind of went for the first thing that came to mind. And Milkshake down in the set, his winner's side lead is starting to really drain away from him. That JH couching from so far away, no resource on his name, and this is where we start seeing the red flags, Yucker. We saw it last week. We'll see how it applies today.
PataChu did, in fact, get the reset in the grand finals, and so far looking very, very strong and favored to do so already, as we're going to be going into reset point for PataChu. Milkshake kind of not having any footing in the last couple rounds.
I mean, stamina-wise, I don't think the issue is Milkshake doesn't have the stamina to go with it. I think it's the mental fortitude, the mental games have applied. We saw as early as game 1, things not going in his favor, and now we're in this position where everything's starting to just fall apart.
It is looking mighty bleak indeed. Does block out the overhead here. The gunshot on the... Oh my god, the air throw from PataChu brings it back down to the ground. So low on resources. Takes the plus frame for the close slash and just set up for the strike, for the tick throw. But the BRC throw a little too eager. Sent to the corner with himself. Deus Ex Machina making the wall hard, knockdown, full resources on the focus and the bullets.
He's trying to bait every possible approach because PataChu has met him at every step of the way, and that is exactly how PataChu has been on top form, able to reset the bracket, make things 3-1. It's time to go back to 0-0. Milkshake looking a little bit lost out there right now. PataChu looks like he kicked into yet another gear.
See if this keeps up though, or if Milkshake is indeed a little tired, burnt out. The benefit of being in the winner's side is that you do have this reset as a safety net to catch yourself, right? So if you want to think of any sort of positives you could take from losing the first set, is that you walk away with a lot of information to help inform you into the next first to 3. So we'll see if anything new comes out from the side of Milkshake, maybe a little bit more control. Whatever it was that kept sending PataChu down to the loser's side from winners finals, can he repeat that? Can he take a SaltyEU?
Conversely, however, all those games as data also attribute to PataChu as well. Just because you have the benefit of being able to watch the game doesn't necessarily mean you have all the info needed to be able to apply yourself in those same scenarios. Every set, every game is different as the last one. And if Milkshake wants to even maintain this type of lead, this type of form, he's got to start displaying a lot more tenacity because it looks like his patience is starting to wear thin.
Stomp yet again, good blocks on the overhead. Decides to just concede the turnover, believing in the stamina follow-up, and that's exactly the kind of RPS that if you let PataChu get away with, it's going to be a great conservation of the resources to his name. The 2P run-up, whiff into throw, and that's going to be PataChu taking game 1 in the reset.
This is looking very unfortunate. It's starting to look very dire. We're starting to see a repeat of history tonight. Milkshake just starting to get gassed out. It's starting to be, the mental drain is really being attributed to a lot of what's going on because we're seeing a lot more frequent open ups, a lot more defensive lacks, and we're starting to see less of that persistence that he's had so far in the set. PataChu has really kicked it up a notch and has been exposing chinks of the armor little by little.
Hey, Milkshake, let's see something new. Okay, just gets opened up by Elk Hunt right off the rip this time. Either it happened too fast for Milkshake to burst, or he just said, like, you know what, we'll just take a wall break. It's no meter spent just yet, so not in too crazy of a situation.
Okay, this is already a much better start.
All that work, though, just to end about equal on life totals is... well, actually, it's deserved for Happy Chaos. There's the 2K stomp burst from PataChu just to cut that momentum short. Wants to make sure that Milkshake finds no footing, and just like that, Elk Hunt flying straight in. The burst back here from Milkshake. Wants to make sure that this first round goes to his name.
He's been letting that gun rip for so long. The duration of the gun being out, I understand, is really great. But that 6S definitely is one hell of a time turner. And with the scaling on that, he is going to be able to take that round away. Does attribute a little bit of that burst back, but nonetheless, it's a fantastic start for Milkshake to start getting back into that winning momentum state.
Ooh, that's an interesting punish. It's very cool. Unfortunately, the throw being jumped out. Beautiful call out from Milkshake here. He's dragging him as much as possible. Safe jump, a little bit of a missed time, but nevertheless, PataChu respects the pressure, looks to burst out. Now we see Milkshake trying to play footsies, but the outcon just chasing him down. RC to continue a little bit more, but drops the combo. See an FD coming out, possibly looking to create some space between himself and PataChu, but now just waiting for an opportunity to press 2P instead. Stagger pressure on the 2K. Load up the focus. BRC. Goomba Stomp.
Catches with the Goomba Stomp. J2K. No bullets in the chamber, and that's PataChu taking initiative. One bullet in the chamber. Fuzzy jumps the hoof stomp. Gonna go double dip to the low. Milkshake has an opportunity to fight back here. Gets the taco kick you know and love, Yucker. And that is that's one hell of a way to get back into the game. Milkshake not done yet, still has a lot of pride and a lot of ego left to fight this one out to the brink.
We've been here before. We have seen the situation where Milkshake does bring it one apiece, but now it's a matter of extending that. This was exactly where PataChu in the previous set, right, the original grand finals, took and ran it all the way straight to this reset situation. So now let's see what Milkshake has in store to just change up fate.
Well, they do say, the old saying goes, we are the weavers of fate, and tonight it seems like two weavers are trying to paint a tale of their own making. Only one can be decisive, and as they say, victors are the only people who can write history. And tonight this is no different. PataChu and Milkshake both want this grand finals reset, and they want to win it now. Both are level in the scoreboard, and as you mentioned, we already saw this both this week and last week. However, tonight's a different night.
Yeah, last week was a little stronger from PataChu's and took it to the reset and then just 3-0 very cleanly. So seeing that it is a 1-1 yet again is definitely it's a sign. I wouldn't say cleanly a sign for improvement, because it went to game 5 the first time around, but this time it was one game short from that situation. But okay, I thought we were having connectivity issues, but it seems to be all right. So here we are, game number 3 between PataChu and Milkshake.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh, yeah, that's a time to go for the curse and burst out. Catch Wild's resources on the slight minimal side. Does find an opening. PataChu usually bursting, looking for the aggression with Milkshake so close to the corner. Try to capitalize off of it. Milkshake with a couple drops here. The air throw off the air dash attempt there. Beautifully done. Very nice reaction from PataChu.
Again, very brazen attempt to try and maintain any sort of semblance of control, but PataChu just at every step of the way has gone for such brave air throws, has gone for these really aggressive callouts. These elk hunts, I think at the end of the day, there's many things that PataChu has been doing tonight. I think that elk hunt might be the champion tactic that has been getting him names and getting him games. But what a wall break situation for Milkshake, as we're going to have positive bonus coming in online very soon.
Was that a 6P tab? No, just try to get the 2S again. Wonder if that's a miss input or some other option at play, but could have been a really solid round there for Milkshake. However, interactions on the jump in not going really to either player's favor. However, Milkshake's back is so close towards the wall here. Look at the breakaway, finds a footsie option, and now just going to try and carry the PataChu as far across the screen as possible. Not enough to generate for a Deus Ex Machina. Looking for an air throw himself. Both players teching. There's the far slash counter hit connect. And Milkshake instantly bursting, does not want to hold all this damage, but the chase down from PataChu so aggressive.
the use of the gun is not a threat when your opponent refuses to acknowledge it, and that has been the story between these two. PataChu just not recognizing any authority other than his own, and that has given PataChu the lead once again. PataChu up 2-1. Milkshake is starting to seem a little bit desperate now.
Yeah, wouldn't want to repeat from the last set here. So, see what Milkshake has left in the tank. Are possibly running on fumes here, but it is definitely fumes that is the most dangerous. You know, it's what causes the ignitions. Big old explosions. Sin doesn't know what a gun is. True, nobody knows what a gun is. It's just, it's fake. It's fantasy.
Except Soul Bad Guy.
Yeah, he's been around for that.
He's been around for guns.
Yeah, he makes his own gun. Have you seen how outrageous the outrage gets?
The junkyard dog is crazy. Yeah. It's a literal nuke shooter.
Yeah, fun. Because he's a hobbyist of making WMDs, I guess.
Bro makes pipe bombs, but actually, Milkshake already showing up that danger penalty. Not exactly a way you want to let your opponent know that you're being a little too passive. That wall break, though, does change things.
Good solid life lead to play with here. A little bit of focus to operate with. Tries to focus up, but immediately we could see that PataChu always making sure to force himself in this range that the beat driver can connect. Things like a focus up not being given over for free. The wall splat, not enough meter for the hard knockdown here, so we are going to get that positive meter bonus, but low on stamina. The tension is slowly building up. We see PataChu playing it a little slow, just trying to wait for the resources to find its way back to him to be able to get these conversions running. Wild Assault finds a low. Elcon, Hogbaker does get bursted in the corner, however.
Finally, we're starting to see a little bit of adjustment from Milkshake. Finally, we get that bullet cross up. The Elden Ring mix does work out. However, we do a lot of burst to PataChu's name, and you gotta be careful. Nice crossover to the other side, but good burst to be able to keep the corner. And that does give PataChu the ability to go for the throw. Tournament point for PataChu.
Expensive cost to use the burst just like that, but I suppose with a round lead, you are to build that up for when it will matter again. But right now, just slowly trying to approach here on Milkshake, playing it nice, cool, calm, and collected. But we see the spacing from Milkshake being rewarded. L-Ring mix crossing over to the other side. Good luck trying to see that one. Unfortunately, not connecting the 6S. But has him in the corner. Baits out the DP. Gonna get a lovely punish. Splat against the wall. The SX Machina is ready to rumble.
Now, are these enough bullets to empty into a yielding PataChu? Not enough to put him down yet. He's trying to force him to make a play. PataChu not feeling pressure just yet. He still has a pixel to his name to work with. The 2P mash does put things level once more. Are we going to get a game 5? Or are we going to set things alight with another crown to our name?
Block beautifully done, but the close slash pressure is slightly paying off. Does find these stray hits. Guard Crush decides to play it a little slow. Wild Assault. Good block on the overhead again. Still getting caught out, stray hits, but no major pickup for PataChu. Fortunately for Milkshake, crossed over to the side as the Elden Ring makes no burst available thanks to the Wild Assault pressed earlier. And that's going to be the Deus Ex Machina to break the wall. Going to be good on the bullets, but the focus most certainly is running on the lower end.
Catches the safe jump, mistimed as well. Great tech. Putting Chase now. He goes for the burst, making PataChu have to use his one last lifeline here.
Oh my goodness, that 6B connecting. Runs him all the way into the corner. Stagger pressure to block on that overhead. Beautifully done. Playing it nice and cool, but the 2K, good challenge. Able to escape. Flips him into the corner. Gets the side swap. Deus Ex Machina coming out. Shouldn't be enough to kill, but this is what it's about. That wall break, the resources. Sitting on tension, sitting on bullets, half on the focus. Able to just go for full focus thanks to the cancel and just runs up. Shows them the magical blicky. Brings it to a game 5 situation.
Your RTL means nothing if you can't really be afforded the opportunity to use it. Milkshake using his mind, his tactics here, forcing PataChu into a very unreliable situation to even begin to think about representing any form of reversal attempt. Milkshake has this final chance. This is his only lifeline to possibly dethrone last week's champion.
Will he be able to make his return to another salty victory? The final game of this evening, PataChu versus Milkshake. Already the early burst coming out from Milkshake does not want to give any type of momentum over to PataChu, but the Elcon just to chase down on the movement option from Milkshake. Already sliding against the wall, the food. Wait, couldn't that have been enough? I guess he just didn't want to find out.
When you're at the final stretch, when you're right near the finish line, anything goes. And unfortunately for Milkshake, didn't recognize or didn't take advantage of the counter hit. But PataChu, making good not to repeat the mistake of his opponent, decides to take full initiative. Now he's right at the finish line.
Back from where he was last round, Milkshake did make his comeback to bring it to a game 5 situation, but we can see it's a well-timed Elcon to catch on these backdash as well as counter hitting. Beautifully done here by PataChu. Half health already gone from Milkshake. No hard knockdown, so can begin to play immediately. Looking for the 5P, bring it back down to the ground. Good blocks in the Lemming mix, but the run-up gunshot, good throw tech. Beak driver, yeah, that's gonna have to be an RC or that's gonna be too much damage to make the comeback. PRC from both sides, 6P, bring it back to the ground. Look to play it nice and slow. Gooba Stomp, gun is deployed, catches just barely in time. And the burst, just to clear some space. Air dash in, anti-air, beautifully done. Bring him over. Focus is still available. Not enough for the Deus Ex Machina. It's going to have to take a soft knockdown. Look at the resource on the side from PataChu.
Yeah, Blue RC to catch him, being able to try and roll out or try and mash an option out. This is very this is very winnable for Milkshake. Beak driver catches though.
And that's it. A little closer than last time, but alas, just not enough. And that is PataChu closing it out 3-2, maintaining the crown, sitting on the throne, and claiming yet another SaltyEU Guilty Gear Strive bracket, the 141st.
It was definitely a much more hard-earned affair, but unfortunately, this is the kind of stuff as a winner side finalist that you've got to be considerate about, is that even with all your benefits, even with all your advantages, if you don't have the weight of the ability to just close them out, situations like this might occur. You've got to be able to traverse these trenches, and unfortunately, Milkshake, history repeats itself.
With slight deviations, right? So we do see the gradual improvements, and who's to say a little maybe next week is what Milkshake will find to just push himself over that edge. It's like what is missing to overcome PataChu. But at the same time, right, the whole equation can be shaken up by a select few signing up to a SaltyEU, and that's the beauty of this online, is that it's always going to be a crazy shakeup of dynamics depending on what kind of names decide to make themselves present.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't take away the fact that these two went to a game 10. You talk about shark-infested waters, that is the narrowest of margins, right? And Milkshake was able to put that there, and despite everything, despite the odds looking stacked against him, he still went blow for blow against a multi-time champion here tonight, and that can be commended, right? You didn't quite cross the finish line, however, you did force one of the strongest in this competition to have to really knuckle down and really shut your game down, which is not an easy feat, to say the least. You have one of the strongest in this tournament series acknowledging you as an equal.
But alas, too short this time. Well, I was just waiting on Ace to hop in here, just show that.
I'm waiting you guys to chill.
Oh no, we're just yapping and seeing, waiting for this top 8 graphic.
What the hell? I always make the debate graphic during debate, unless I don't. But today I did. What's your favorite milkshake? Let me hear it. I'll judge.
I don't drink milkshakes.
All right, cringe. What do you say, Jakob?
What do you mean cringe?
I think even if I was lactose intolerant, I would still drink milkshakes.
Congrats, I guess.
There's lactose-free options for everything.
That's true, but it's not the same. I tried.
Throw in, it's either like, it's gonna have to be mango or banana.
Mango?
Or like, sorry, mango or strawberry, and throw in a banana for both.
Honestly, that's kind of based. That's kind of based. I don't think I've ever have had a mango milkshake, but it does sound kind of based. I can see it work. I can see it work. Yeah.
Yeah, the trick is getting like frozen cubed mangoes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. We do have an ice cream place with really good like gelato-ish ice cream, and they just make milkshake of whatever ice cream you want. Maybe we should try. I should try that with the mango. Good.
Oh, that's a vibe.
All right, here's the debate. PataChu milkshake. I do wonder what Milkshake's favorite milkshake is.
I wonder. Very good top 8 image as well. I mean, we do see 2 back-to-back. Potemkin's up top, but again, we do see quite an affair of just really strong players really pulling out. Bridget, again, coming back from the last time we saw them into this top 8. We saw ThatWave putting on a show. Unfortunate for Springtrap to be in that slot. We could have definitely seen a lot more soul action tonight, but alas, we do see more. Kirb, once again, ahead of the curve. WantedFranky putting on quite the showing tonight, falling to Crillou. Then we have Milkshake, who was the strongest runner-up I've seen in a while. And once again, the crown going to PataChu for the umpteenth time.
So, yeah, PataChu again, just, I don't know how he does it, man. Sometimes, it's just like, you're looking like, all right, this is the day, right? It's looking rough for PataChu. Might not be able to do it. Never mind. GG's. Takes a W. What's Pata's streak at? That's actually a good question. I'm not entirely sure myself.
I feel that, but I'm assuming this is the perfect time to chill.
Yeah, you can chill a bit now. What?
Yeah, I'll be quick about it because it's just 2 events as per usual. But apart from our partners over in T4T and GNC, we always have plenty of opportunities for people to compete. And if you want more action, actually, tomorrow, as per usual, Howling Hostility is available for you over in the EU EMEA district, 8 p.m. CEST every Tuesday. We host Howling Hostility. We are now at number 33. So if you are looking forward to come by, really show your stuff, really show your skills, and really come out and really display what it is that you have to give to this community, then don't be a stranger. Come on over and show us what you're all about. But if you are in the North American district, don't worry. I still remember my people. I still remember all my lovely folks over by the United States. We have Misfit Brawl on Tuesdays as well, weekly at 7 p.m. like EST, Eastern Standard. So if you guys are looking forward to get some action in, just remember every week on Tuesdays, that's when we run our stuff. So that's about it from me. I'm happy to say the commentary was really fun tonight. We definitely got to see a lot more than we bargained for, especially with the Potemkins tonight. But it's always been a fun time commentating with my partner tonight.
All right.
Yeah, slightly less chill because the crossover signups have concluded since yesterday. So all I can ask is you tune in and cheer on your favorite players when the strive bracket happens. Other than that, yeah, Xrd tomorrow. Come say hi to the old heads if you'd like. And yeah, VSF the weekend after that, after crossover, I'll be there as well. And you know what? Play some Lethal League Blaze. That game's cool.
Oh man, I love that game. Oh, actually, because before we go out, can I just say one last thing? Because I know somebody would tell me. So, a little birdie from Ukraine told me that there's a monthly happening this weekend, sometime between Saturday to Sunday. So if you are looking to play in the monthly, Season of Discovery from the Crosscut series is now up. So if you are looking forward to playing in the EMEA regions and you are in EU, definitely show up. Again, we have those updates in the YoKai server, so if you want to see that, you could definitely come by. This is not affiliated with YoKai, but given that one of our birdies definitely told us that this is an event worth attending, or at least registering for, I definitely don't want to dismiss you guys having the opportunity. So again, thank you guys so much for allowing me to commentate. Thank you for coming through, and congratulations to our top 8 contestants.
All right, we're gonna go to A.B.A coach. That's PataChu's coach. So that's the little PataChu just stopped streaming. So yeah, hope you have a good one. We'll be back tomorrow for Xrd. Yep. Out.
Peace.